Let's freaking go. That's how we freaking start off a freaking episode. A little energy in the room. Rocking. I feel like I'm on steroids because I'm in my steroid era. If you couldn't see, a little steroid era action here. What the hell is up? Elliot Money in the house. K-State looking.
Covering
kind of
right now.
like we expected. But hey, yeah, they're hanging in there. They're not laying a complete dud, complete egg. You know, I love saying dud. Anytime I say dud or perimeter this episode, take a drink. So yeah. And anytime Elliot says spar or I don't know. I think just spar. Yeah, I don't know. What else do you say a lot? I say perimeter. I find myself saying a ton.
Anytime I say bet, take a drink.
Oh my god. Yeah. He'll take one even for no bets if he says bet as well. But anyway, yeah, this is a freaking conference play is so awesome. Unfortunately, I was traveling today, so been everywhere. I was still watching games, don't worry. I had the iPad going safely. So still watching games, but didn't get to see my normal 8 screens that I wanted, and didn't have my ESPN Plus, unfortunately, but got to keep up with the action. And you know what? It's a fun day. Win, lose, regardless. I'm kind of in a slump. It's definitely my worst stretch of the season. But you know what? Life is good. Right now, I'm sitting at 11-13 with 3 bets remaining. So need to get it done here. But anyway, nothing atrocious, no crazy bad losses, and we're still sitting around 40 units on the year. So life's good, no complaints. We'll get up to it. The books are correcting themselves, getting way sharper into the middle of the season, and we're gonna be right there following along. Some things didn't get to go our way either. Elliot, how the hell are we doing?
Oh yeah, not too bad, man. Just another day. Survived the middle of the week. So.
Oh, bless you. He says survive the middle of the week, but
survive the middle of the week. So I'm here. Watching K-State. Got K-State on the big screen. Down 19. I'm glad I didn't bet them because I'd be sweating this out right now. But I think right now sitting 10-15, so not the best of days. I've got 3 bets still out there, looking like 4 bets still out there, I should say. We'll see. Might be go 2-2, so 12-17, something like that. Not as good of a day. 8-4 yesterday on a little shorter slate, but didn't respond back like I thought I was going to. Another kind of tough day, like you said, but hey, we're all right. Basketball is basketball. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. Enjoy the ride. Don't let the highs get you too high. Don't let the lows get you too low. And just keep enjoying what you do. Keep watching basketball. It's like we love talking about it. We love watching basketball. So, just because you lose some bets shouldn't deter you from doing what you love.
Absolutely. And you know what? Yeah. I think I'm tracking 13-14, maybe 12-15. So not atrocious. Like I said, we're still up plenty units. Elliot's got a winning record. Life is good. It's a long season. January, notoriously, if you look at the history I've put on the pick sheet, one of my best months. So it's still a long month. We started off a little bit down in December, picked it up and almost made 20 units. And in November, we were just stretched hot out of the gates, like a fast horse. Then we in January, that 3/4 turn, we're kind of slowing down a little bit, but we're going to pick it back up. I'm going to start whipping that horse into shape and maybe even give him some steroids a little bit. Let's go. Steroid era tonight. I wore my shirt for Trevor. I know he loves baseball. Yeah, I don't know. No Trevor tonight. We were hanging out, kind of waiting for him. I don't know. I don't know where he is. So, but if he shows up on Kerms's show, there's going to be some problems. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
We're going to fight him.
Yeah.
Talk about a real fucking battle.
Yes. But life's good. We're going to hang in there. Trevor's the man. He's just taking a little night off. Elliot knows best. I know best. I just got back from Puerto Rico. Mental resets are good. A little mental reset on the day. Something that always is fun. And yeah, it's okay. A little double episode. We got how many games tomorrow? We got loaded up here on a nice little Thursday. We got Big West Thursdays. We got mid-major Thursdays. 57 games. So a few more than yesterday. And we got a lot. It's the mid-major Thursday. I love it. You got your P5 sprinkled in there, but this day is dedicated to mid-majors most of the time on Thursday, and I have a lot of respect for Thursdays. I think they're a great day. It's always a good day to get a drink a little bit early on the weekend too. Too bad the bar probably doesn't have Idaho and NoCo on, but hey, guess what? Some bars do. You got to talk. Give me the remote. That's all I'm saying. And why do bartenders always have to turn their TV like this? Why they always gotta like extend it and stuff like that? Ridiculous. But anywho, I'm done ranting. Shall we recap some of the day? It was a fun one. There's some really good games. Clemson, do not blow this cover. You guys are freaking bums. But it started off with Chattanooga on CBS Sports Network at 5 o'clock. That one was a dud. Take a drink. Furman, I feel like beat them wire to wire. Chattanooga was up like the first 10 minutes by only 3 points or so. And then Furman just kind of ran away with it and didn't look back and pretty much dominated Chattanooga to say the least.
Yep. Nope. For sure. That was never was really on the right side really of that game. I never felt confident in it. Never even give us kind of a bleak hope, which sometimes is better than them getting up by 10, 15 points and then losing it down the stretch at the end. So could have been worse just in terms of heartbreak, but tough bet. Chattanooga at home is maybe not as good as they have been in the past. I just don't think this team is as good.
Yeah, no, they really struggle offensively. They had a nice little run. And Furman was off a loss, too. I don't know what else they can. Greensboro, Wofford, that overhit with ease. 183 point. How many freaking 183 points? Unbelievable. You laid it with Wofford, right?
Yep. I laid it with Wofford minus the 5.5. Kind of got, I wouldn't say a little sweaty, but there was a period of time where I was like, oh, they're up, 57 in the first half. They're up 57-36. I looked and it was down to 8 points or 7 points or something. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Another team that's up 15 plus that's gonna come, collapse in the second half and hold on to win by 3 or 4. But nope, they hung on, got it done. So that was a nice win for me to kind of even out that beginning of the day.
Yeah, certainly was a good one there, and a good bet.
High minus 2.5, cash it. That was another good bet for me.
Good job betting that. I didn't bet. Bet. More power to you.
Them at home, fading Holy Cross on the road. I like that. I will talk about the next game after that was Army, and I didn't bet it. I picked Army team total over 76.5. If I would have bet it, it might have been one of the worst beats because they had 73. It was 73-73 going into overtime. They hit one shot, one 3-pointer, Ryan Curry, in overtime. That's the only points they scored, and I would have lost it by the hook if I would have ended up betting it. So Army team total over 76.5 doesn't come through after scoring 3 points in the overtime period.
Yeah, that's freaking hilarious. Not really, but respect the troops. But still, you know what? They kind of live and die by the 3 a little bit. Winthrop, Charleston Southern. I didn't bet that one. I don't know if you got a bet in on that, but
minus 6.5 didn't come through for me. Charleston Southern
won that game.
Yeah, Charleston Southern was controlling that game. They were even up, down near at the very end of the game too, and then kind of pulled away down the stretch there over the last 3 minutes. But I'm glad though that I was possibly going to look at going on the over. I think the over was 160, 161 and a half. It always makes me mad when I'm deciding between taking one bet or the other, and then one of them hits, one doesn't. But no matter what I would have played, I would have been doomed. The over didn't hit either, so would have lost either way. So it makes me feel a little bit better, but is what it is. Charleston Southern, man, they're a pretty damn good team.
The ball players.
Winthrop, I don't know. Verdict is still out on them there in the.
Nah, they're good offensive team. Defensively struggles. Like what I like to say, LA fitness ball, baby.
Yeah.
Longwood did not cover for me. Plus 4.5. They were fighting around after getting their ass kicked early, but Asheville wins by 11. Did you take anything in this game?
Didn't. It was a no bet for me. I stayed off of it just with Longwood on the road at that kind of short number. Glad I laid off, but I think we just lost that by the hook, didn't we?
Yes. Oh my God. Clemson by the hook loses. That was brutal. Buzzer beater 3 with 1 second left. Good God. That is hilarious. Anyway, whatever. That is a funny way to go out. Clemson's freaking Little John sandwich. But the Hoosiers got it done. They covered 84-66. Maryland's terrible. Maryland stinks. I think
hand up bad bet on the Maryland plus 8.5. Thought they'd be somewhat competitive at home. I knew Indiana was going to get it done on the money line. I just didn't think they're going to win by double digits. But shout out to Indiana and Coach DeVries. Good win. They've kind of got it rolling. Won they're 4 in a row after dropping that Kentucky game. Started out 3-1 in Big Ten play. So good little start to them. Now they venture on down back home and take on the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers on Saturday. So should be a fun matchup.
Yep, that's going to be a good one. Circle it. We always play terrible against Nebraska. Virginia Tech, I took them on the money line parlay. It doesn't come through. They were kind of rolling Stanford and then just gave up a porous second half on defense. And then Stanford hits a 3 late with about 4 seconds left. So give props to Stanford there getting it done. They're kind of a feisty team, super up and down. Virginia Tech really just stalled offensively in the second half and kind of just all game a little bit.
Yeah, it was one of those where Virginia Tech. I thought I was on kind of a good number. I waited, didn't bet this last night. It was at 6.5. I actually ended up getting Virginia Tech at minus 3.5. If that Stanford 3 doesn't go in, maybe Virginia Tech gets a rebound and I win it by the hook possibly. But man, good win for Stanford, especially coming off that win against Louisville, traveling cross country against a pretty good Virginia Tech team at home. That's a hell of a win for this Stanford team. Now, as Ken and me were talking about in the chat, we hammer Virginia on Saturday against Stanford.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Saturday. It's gonna be a big Friday slate. Mississippi State gets it done at money line on home. Good bets by us there. Kentucky team total over. Come on, get out of here. Kentucky.
They're lost
to the no bet list. I took you off my no bet list, and then it worked. And I kept getting greedy. You're done. You're out. Banned, Kentucky. You're gone. No, you're crap. Kentucky's crap.
I was feeling good. The fact that I laid off the 12.5 because I was going to lay it with Kentucky and just took the over, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling okay. Then I watched how Kentucky's offense, man, they just have no offense. I don't think Pope knows who to play. If they put in a good defensive lineup, they suck offensively. If they put in a good offensive lineup, they suck defensively. He just can't figure out a solid lineup. So yeah, it might be fading Kentucky for sure. I mean, I think this is the first time that they started out 0-2 in SEC play since Tubby Smith's ninth season. I think it was back in like 2011, something like that, 2009, something like that, where they've started out 0-2 to start SEC play. But yeah, brutal game for both of us. Just me being on the over in general, you being on Kentucky team total over. But nice to bounce back with Xavier plus the 4.5, 5.5, getting it done. That was a fun little bet. Marquette, man, they were controlling that game pretty much the whole time. Then Xavier down the stretch took care of it. Looked like they were maybe going to win it outright.
Mm-hmm.
Marquette fought back and got the win, but man, Marquette shoots 50% from the free throw line, 50% in general from two. They kind of dominated the game physically and still weren't able to pull away. So the fact that they played a pretty good game and could only eke out a 1-point win just shows their margin of error is very, very slim to win games in the Big East.
Yeah. You know what? If they suck, both teams suck. Let's go back to this real quick. Guys, you think Kentucky coach gets fired soon? I don't know about soon. I think they finished the year off. They spent how much money on their roster? $20-something million on that roster. It's a lot of money poured into that roster. It's definitely hot. The seat's super simmering, and Kentucky's got a short leash. Big Blue Nation's got a short leash there. It's just like weird. They look good in strides, but they're just really undisciplined. I feel like they don't look like they're a well-coached team, even though Mark Pope seems like a decent coach. Maybe we're fooled. Not everything's black and white, but I think it's soon. I think it could. I mean, soon's relative, but I think this end of the year, it may be. But it's also interesting, like, who are you going to bring up? And it'll be interesting to see how they handle it with Mark Pope being one of theirs as well, too. Mike Woodson, IU, mutual resignation, stuff like that. Maybe the end of the year for me.
I was looking Pope's contract, the buyout. Basically, as long as it's fired without cause, he'd be owed 75% of the remainder of his deal. So his deal is 5 years, $27.5 million. So you take 75% of that 27.5. So he'd be owed what, 21 million. Well, I mean, I guess he'd probably be owed like 18 million, something like that, after what he's already been paid for this first year. So would be a pretty big buyout. I guess it's his second. Technically, this would be his second year. So, you're looking at 16 million. So maybe he's only owed like 12 million for a buyout after this year if they wait. So obviously, Big Blue Nation's got deep pockets, so they wouldn't care if the time is right to fire him. They'd go ahead and fire him. I have no reservation in regards to that. I don't think he gets fired though mid-season. I'm with you, Huff.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Just with the roster that they have. Why that? Okay, there we go. Couldn't find the TV. Yeah, so kind of all over the place there. Kentucky's got to figure it out. And then we'll run through these kind of quickly because we got 57 games to go through ish. Wake Forest, they suck. It is classic Wake Forest, man. Just good non-con team. Then they get in the ACC play and just falter under ACC play and Steve Forbes.
Yep. No, they'll get up, get a good win against Duke, get a good win against North Carolina at home, and then end up being one win off the bubble or two wins out of the bubble, and you'll look back at these games like this Miami game, or Oklahoma's 18-point win against them at home, and Vanderbilt ass kicking 31-point win at home, or 31-point loss at home, and then that'll be why they don't make the tournament.
Jack, maybe not. Maybe they'll even make the tournament.
No, I'm saying they won't. I'm saying
yeah. Sorry.
These are the reasons why they won't, because of these games that they drop at home.
It's bad. Jacksonville State, they were down big, came back and won for us. Money line, good hit. Mercer didn't bet. Marshall +3. Did you bet that? I took them on the road. They got it done against James Madison.
Pick JMU. No bet though. Didn't like that game.
VMI team total under comes through. They do cover against East Tennessee State. That was a lot of points. I feel like
laid it with East Tennessee State. No bet though. No, both Mercer and that East Tennessee State game. Just too big of a number for me to bet.
Team total got under, which was nice. High Point. Let's talk about that. 53-13 at half. They're up 31-2 at one point. 10 minutes into the game, up 31-2 against Gardner-Webb. Easiest pick on the board. I don't know why I was in my head about that. But yeah, that doesn't fall through. Or that does fall through. They win 104-49.
That was classic belt to ass. I should have played. I didn't play any game that we didn't talk about last night. I didn't play because as soon as I woke up, went to work, and all I did was basically just put in the picks that we had picked from last night. Didn't even look at it. Probably would have been a good bet to back High Point minus the whatever it was, 26, I think, just because of how out of their mind Gardner-Webb played against Winthrop the other night. It was only right that they were gonna kind of fall back, law of averages. But yeah. Total ass kicking, belt to ass there. But a road team that got it done was Richmond. Beat the Bonnies. Impressive win, 89-80. I did not see that one coming. I had the Bonnies in our M&M parlay, so that one shit the bed there. I picked even St. Bonaventure minus the 6, but just wanted to take a money line. Couldn't get it done. But staying in the A10, at least St. Joe's got it done for us, +2.5. Thought when it went into overtime, we were going to maybe they were going to falter there at home, but ended up winning 97-90 in overtime. So shout out to the Hawks. Solid win for St. Joe's at home.
Yeah, solid win. Sanford got it done. Kennesaw State covered. George Mason, I believe, covered as well. They were down, though, at half, then turned it on the second half. Got that one right. VCU at the Siegel Center comes up short. St. Louis, the real deal, man. They're pretty good. They played both sides of the ball pretty well. I mean, they shut down VCU's offense.
That was a classic under spot, kind of like that Miami of Ohio Akron game. I should have just played the under, but I liked VCU at home, and I ate shit. But I'll eat shit betting on VCU in the Siegel Center. I think they definitely can get it done here. So it looks like that overshot there in Alabama. But
you mean under? Yes, it is shot. I'll be sitting on the day 11-16, one of my worst days of the year. Which isn't too bad. St. Joe's covered, though. A10 play. Got it done in overtime, 97-90. That was a fun one. Covered by 2.5.
Bro, I just said that. What kind of echo in this bitch?
Oh, shit. Sorry, dude. Fuck. Yeah, no. I for some reason thought you were saying St. Bonaventure again. Sorry. Northern Iowa did not cover, though. Belmont bounced back. Northern Iowa shit the bed offensively. Cedar Falls, not really holding much weight recently.
LaSalle outright. I won't talk about it, but damn, outright. That's why you don't lay double digits with freaking goddamn Archie ever. I think we sparred there. I would have won the spar battle, but
I didn't bet that. You definitely gave me some bruises for sure. Whoa, pause. But anyway, let's move. UIC got it done, covered. Arkansas State, Troy over hits for me.
Barely, by the skin of the teeth. If you bet that this morning, not good. It was 160.5, 161.5. So pays to watch live. Get it in live at the 158 number that we got last night.
Baylor did not cover. They
No.
suck. Why do I? I knew not fading Iowa State was.
Speaking of another team that sucks, Youngstown State. Welcome to the do not bet list.
Oh,
Lord have mercy. Lose outright to PFW.
I picked the under. No bet, of course. The under clears, but yeah, they stink. Speaking of stink, Ole Miss, they can't play worth of anything. They are horrible. They don't get up at all. And Bradley minus 6.5 was probably the most free bet of them all as well too.
Yep. Valpo outright. They're at home. Illinois State. Glad I laid off of it. Everybody in the chat was popping last night. Everybody was like, hey, let's just back the Illinois State, back the Redbirds. They're a wagon. But damn, didn't see Valpo shooting freaking 75% from three. That I did not have that on my my card today. And then even down the stretch, kind of refs gave him that kind of a phantom technical foul on Valpo to allow Illinois State to tie it up, but Valpo didn't let it get to him. Ended up getting it done and winning that outright. So that's awesome. Shout out to Valpo there.
Yeah, dude. Roger Powell's got those guys cooking. Shout out Roger Powell. And then, yeah, Bradley, home, free. BYU dominated Arizona State. Arizona, I believe, covers against Kansas State.
Oh, yeah. They pulled away down the stretch.
Over hit, though. Didn't you bet the over?
No bet on any of that game at all. I would have been on the over, but I took K-State plus the 20. Thought it was too many points, but didn't want to bet that. I don't like betting on my team.
Yes, and then the rhythm play of the day falls short.
Yep, by 4 points. Virginia wins 84-60. I think we got 147.5, so we're 4 points shy. That can be attributed to Cal putting up 6 points in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They scored 2 more buckets in 10 minutes. That would get it done. I was looking live, kind of watching that game at halftime or right before halftime. Live over was 160.5, actually 162.5. Came down a little bit there at the end of the half, and I think at halftime you could still get 156, 157, so it was tracking good. And then Cal just gave up a dud there to start the half, only scored 10 points, and that was all she wrote.
Yep, and that was it. Rhythm play of the day falls 3 bets short in a row, 3 losses in a row for the first time. But you know what? It's okay. We're going to bounce back. They've had plenty of other plays hit, called out a couple others that definitely hit tonight. So unfortunate we took that one for the play of the day. But, 3 in a row losses, but they're still sitting at 27-15. So winning record. We're going to have a win column tonight for the rhythm play of the day. And we're going to be solid. It's just kind of been, I've been on a little slump, but hey, nothing too crazy. I'm not down like 15 units to start the month, down like 3 something. Yeah. So
just gotta win more than you lose, and we're still winning more than we lose on that rhythm play. So we'll get a good little bounce back coming. We'll catch a heater. We'll win 3 in a row now.
Absolutely, that's the name of the game. That's why when we bet volume, we keep it around. I don't be buying extra points, laying 3 units here, doubling down. It's gonna get you caught up more. This is why I've been able to mitigate losses. Yeah, maybe the wins don't come in like super highs and super lows, but it's always good to stay just below the equilibrium, and it's been fruitful. Sitting now on the year at 645, 538, I believe, on the year, and we will be at like 39 units. So. Just falling short under 40, but we'll be back in the 40 units column. And it's going to be a solid night tonight. I think it's going to be a banger night. And I'm looking forward to it. 2 losing days in a row hasn't happened for me much this season. But hand up, it wasn't good. So, and can be better. Some of the no bets hit though for you. So hopefully if you liked any of the no bets, you got that. But yeah, Elliot, we're on our get back spot here. especially for a mid-major Thursday, baby. Let's freaking rock and get into it.
Yeah. Before we get started, my bets have finished. I didn't have anything in that in this Grand Canyon Boise State game. Ended up laying off Boise State, but 11-18 for me. So not a good Wednesday. But like you said, all we can do is look forward, focused, move on to tomorrow. Got 57 more games to chop up. So let's get on into it.
Yep, I'm getting a beverage. All right, let's freaking go. Got a little gumball head to hit the roof. I think that's what we need. I need a little beer, a little creative juices.
For me, my overall record bets 5, 13, and 473. So 40 games above. So still winning more than we're losing, but I strive to be better. So let's find some winners for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. We're gonna get better. Let's freaking go and shout out Rex Grossman. I got a gumball as well. It's a great beer. Three Floyds Brewery. Shout out Rex. Where are you at, brother? Got to be close to the northwest or Chicago with that name. Let's freaking go. Northwest. I mean Indiana. Northwest. All right, let's freaking go. We got a donation. Y'all have helped me so much this season. Just got another 15 to 530. I'm so pumped. Had to fade y'all and take Mizzou money line. We up, baby. Let's go. Hey, that's the beauty of this show. We give you good plays, and if you fade the bad plays, then you're lucky. But either way, we're gonna put our heart on the line and money on the table. So shout out Dot. Thanks for the donation. And Puzzo, I don't know if we missed this or not, and Elliot, I don't know if we missed this. So apologies if we did. Trevor, stop vaping. I'll hit a vape real quick just in his honor, and I'll put this donation to heart, and thank you, Puzzo. Yes, we will put on the PSA there. So yeah, but shout out Dot 530.
As I always say, fade or tail. As long as you're winning money, that's all we care about.
That's all we care about, and I'm telling you, it's the best. It's college basketball. We're a good community. We're not toxic. We're not the toxic side of the gambling community. But this one's kind of toxic. And guess what? I get to be on a Teams meeting tomorrow, watching this game. Maybe like reheating some lunch, little leftovers, just kind of reheating it, watching the microwave spin. I look to my left, and we got Towson Hofstra on. Just a beat game. Beat you up kind of game. Wreck you up. Towson Hofstra. Towson's laying a point at home. Over-unders 132.5. Numbers kind of already shot up. People liking the over a little bit. You got Towson off 3 losses in a row. Hofstra off how many wins in a row?
Hofstra, they're off of 6, I believe. 6. They won 6 in a row so far. Lost to Columbia on the road by 2, and then have rattled off 6 in a row, including wins against Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Quinnipiac, Campbell at home. So they've been kind of my darling, I will say, because I've been ever since that Columbia game, I've bet on them against Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Quinnipiac, Campbell. Not sure if I bet them against Drexel, but even if I did, 5-1 in the last 6 betting them. But I'm gonna fade them here. I think it's a Towson spot. Line's telling you everything you need to know, in my opinion. We've got a day game. Towson at home. They just put up 48 points and lost by 14 double digits against Monmouth at home. Monmouth typically struggles on the road. Towson wasn't able to get it done. I think Towson defensively will be able to shut down Hofstra here at home, not allow Hofstra to kind of get going from the 3. Towson will shut them down defensively, and I think Towson wins this. So I will be on Towson. It'll be a bet for me. I'll fade my darling. I think it's a Towson spot. I lost Chattanooga on the money line to start the night, or Chattanooga plus the points, whatever. But lost the short little home yapper tonight. Hopefully, we start out a little bit better tomorrow with another little short little home favorite.
Well, guess what? You don't even have to know it exists because it's on Flow Sports. Woo! We love Flow Sports. I love the CAA. It's one of my favorite conferences in mid-major basketball. Definitely up there, top 5 for sure. Now we get to watch, but we get Flow Sports with CAA. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna go Towson here. We got Hofstra off a nice little winning streak. I think defensively, Towson's got a slight advantage, but Hofstra brings both sides of the ball really well. And they've got some good wins. I mean, Syracuse on the road, Pittsburgh on the road. They're not just beating up on low end teams and non-conference play. Like, they've had some good wins. So shout out this Hofstra team. I think they're solid. But now we get Towson. This line kind of reeks, in my opinion, which I didn't think it really would. I thought Towson would be coming in super hot going into CAA play, but now they start off 0-3. I mean, a road loss to Hampton by 1, but then you lose to Monmouth, only putting up 48 points at home. I expect to bounce back at home here, and I think if threes and shots are going to fall for Towson, they'll be just fine. But where they're going to win is going to have to be inside against Hofstra and really man up and bully up against the Pride. So come on, Towson, play with some freaking pride after losing. God, freaking hate this 12:30 game. Figure it out, Towson. I'm always bad at the late or early solo games, but it ain't gonna be bad. I'm betting Towson money line. I don't know what the hell happened. Is it stuck on Hofstra Towson for you?
Yeah. Can you guys see this?
Oh, there we go. It's kind of loading. All right, wait. Just give it a second. Why is it being so freaking laggy? What the heck? Oh, no. Is it at this one? Or does it really just go from this one? What the heck? Well, I guess we're just going to talk about Hofstra Towson. Good night, everybody. It's like loading weird. It's like it's still buffering.
Oh, Warbuck says he can see it.
Oh, so. You guys can see it? Can you see the Chicago State Fairleigh Dickinson thing? All right, well, whatever. I can't really see it, but looks like Fairleigh Dickinson's nope, no one can see it. Okay, great.
What's read it off, and I'm gonna create a banner. We're good.
Fairleigh Dickinson's laying 1.5 against Chicago State. Over unders 146.5. Nice, look at that. Hit that timer button. Well, this is a good one for the PowerPoint to just shut down on because I don't care about this one. But Fairleigh Dickinson lost 3 of their last 4. Chicago State lost 4 in a row. Give me Fairleigh Dickinson money line, but I will not be betting this. I think this is a random spot for them. And Chicago State, but this is a Fairleigh Dickinson team where Chicago State could look in the mirror and be like, hey, we could beat these guys and come out playing hot. So too much variance for me in that one. No bet for the Knights for me. And hey, Redman, you fade me, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take Fairleigh Dickinson as well. I might bet this. This is kind of like the Lehigh spot for me today, I think. Fair Dick. They've only played two D1 home games. Lost them both to East Texas A&M and Army of all people. That was all the way back in the beginning of November. That was their last time that they played at home against a D1. They played a couple D2s in December, but haven't played at home since before Christmas. December 19th was their last time out. I'll back them here at home. Fringe bet. Check the picks page. I might pull the trigger.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. We may just have to.
You rattle off the next one. I'm going to type as you go.
We might as well just have to forget the slides here. Looks like we got UMass Lowell going into Bryant. Bryant is catching or laying 2.5. Over-unders 144.5 for Lowell here. Bryant, good win against Maine. Lowell, good win against Albany. You know, I mean, they've had some decent wins at home, but Lowell on the road, I think, is more of an issue, more so than anything else. You know, I think we see a Bryant team at home kind of pick it up. I know that they're terrible, but with Lowell off of a win, just scoring 83, I think, and Bryant kind of being able to potentially slow them down, play at a snail's pace. I think we see Bryant pick it up here. And I will take Bryant money line and squeeze that juice a little bit on the money line. Kind of worried about them winning at margin with the pace that they play, but I think they get it done at home. And look at that, bangers, voila, yes. So give me Bryant. Go the money line here at home. Wild bet at the 6 o'clock slate here. You're muted.
Yeah, muted myself. One of the first times. Damn. I'll take Bryant here. This will be a no bet though. I don't trust Bryant. They're pretty terrible, just like UMass Lowell. I do think UMass Lowell maybe will be able to catch a little bit of fire in a pretty terrible America East conference. So you know maybe they can get up and get some wins. You know, here against some pretty inferior opponents. Besides, you know, Vermont is probably, you know, Vermont and I think what UMBC are the only two teams that are inside the top 300 in Ken Palm. So I think they're going to be competitive. I could see UMass Lowell winning this outright just because Bryant is bad too. But I will take Bryant at home on the money line. I do like to fade Lowell on the road this year for sure. But two bad teams, not betting this.
UMBC's laying 7.5, 8.5 already up there against Maine. Over unders 133, 134.5. You got UMBC pretty good at home and very specific about their location. I mean, offensively, they're solid. They're a good rebounding team as well. I think they could really disrupt Maine here. You know, Maine's pace of play super slow defensively. They play low scoring games, but I mean, in their losses, they've given up a good amount of points outside of Bryant. I mean, Drexel even 74, Canisius 70, Ohio 79, Miami, Ohio 93. I mean, against these kind of slow-paced teams, they're still putting up a good amount of points, even with Maine limiting possessions here. Now you get UMBC, who's put up 90 potentially, and then and also can play against these slower-paced teams. I'm taking the UMBC team total over 70.5. I think they gets this done, and I think they can win by margin too. But I'll stay away from the lay. I could be talked into it, but I think the team total over is a little more suffice. I think they get over 70 for sure against this Maine team, even with their limited possessions.
Yeah, I'll be on UMBC. I'll lay it here. I think they win this in kind of blowout fashion, double digits at least. Last year, Maine beat UMBC at UMBC by 25. So I think it's a nice little spot for UMBC to kind of get revenge from last year. Lay it kind of on a not a very good Maine team. I think Maine offensively struggles. I know they play slow pace, but I think UMBC will be able to get it done, outscore Maine. I don't think they'll be able to keep up. So I will just lay it with UMBC here.
All right. Let's freaking go here. Michigan State laying 11.5 against Northwestern. Over-unders 141.5. Michigan State's already covered this number. They just did. Now you have a Michigan State defense that just held USC to 51. Paul Davis ejected. Reddit threads are saying that he called the ref's wife a whore, something like that. Something. So, yeah, I don't know what he said, but he did do an apology. Viral video going around of Fears looking at Tom Izzo. He's smirking. It's too good to be true, right? Michigan State's laying this big number here, and rightfully so. They've been dominating teams, especially in the Breslin Center. I think Northwestern can hang around here for sure, and hang around. But I'm kind of with John in the chat. I think that they could really fizzle out in the second half here and get disrupted. I'm going to take the first half over here for the Michigan State Northwestern game. I think Northwestern plays tough in the first half. It's a really low number, 66.5. So I think we buy this. We get this right, and this number is going to be up to 68-70 by tip tomorrow. And I think we sneak this over by Michigan State almost scores, the high 30s, low 40s. And Northwestern gets up there and competes and almost covers in the first half as well. So, but yeah, I think 40 minutes in the Breslin Center, tough to do. I do like that full game over as well. So, Elliot, I could be talked into a full game, but I'm really tempted to hit this first half before this skyrockets up to 68-70.
Yeah, I like the plus 12.5 I'm seeing now with Northwestern. It's kind of shot up a little bit, plus 12.5 minus 108. Is what I'm seeing. I really like Northwestern to kind of keep this within single digits. I could see why, like how you're more kind of keen. Maybe Michigan State blows them out in the first half. Or I mean, in the second half after Northwestern keeps it close and competitive. But man, I think we've got Michigan State. They welcome Indiana coming in on Tuesday. So obviously, as we always say, conference games, they're not looking ahead, but you can always just kind of survive a game, win it by, 8 to 10 points. But the fact that, I'm a little worrisome about Michigan State just kind of running away with it here at down the stretch at the end. I will bet the over 142.5. I think we see points in this game. I think, Michigan State, they're going to be able to score at home if we can get, Michigan State to put up, around that 80-point number. I think we see, Northwestern be in that 65 range. So should be able to hit this number. And even if Michigan State pulls away a little bit and cashes the 11.5, 12.5 by win it by 14, 15, I'll just ride the over 142.5 and prevent that from happening.
All right, on to the 7 o'clock window we go. Out of the early slate window, Florida Gulf Coast laying 4 at home against Austin Peay. Austin Peay. Over-unders 152.5. It's already down to 3.5, it looks like, from 4 expected. Austin Peay off 4 wins in a row. Florida Gulf Coast, 2 of their last 3 have won. So, but they did get a good win against North Alabama on the road and really held them out. Now we get Austin Peay catching points after winning this many games in a row. I mean, how many times can Austin Peay really go in and dominate? They've really just disrupted teams and have also scored an enormous amount of points, way more than expected than Austin Peay's style of play. But I think Florida Gulf Coast offense efficiently could nuke Austin Peay's defense here, and if they can really not turn the ball over, they're going to be able to get this done. I'll lay it with Florida Gulf Coast. Check the picks page and see if I bet this one, but I think I will end up laying it with Florida Gulf Coast at home. But
Yeah,
page.
I think Florida Gulf Coast gets it done. The -4 kind of scares me just a little bit. I think this might be another one where I'm not going to bet it right away, but I will take another over here. I'll take Austin Peay, Florida Gulf Coast over 152.5. I'll wait to kind of bet this. I Florida Gulf Coast overs have kind of been profitable for me. I know last time out didn't come through. They only put up 72, held North Alabama to 55. But, Florida Gulf Coast has no problem running up and down, especially at home. I think Austin Peay, they'll look to kind of push the pace as well. And like you said, Austin Peay kind of generally has pretty good defense, but I think at home, Florida Gulf Coast should be able to put up some points. I think Austin Peay will be competitive and be able to stay in this one. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get the over 152.5. Wait to bet it. We'll see what else I got on the card. But I like that play with the over.
All right. Central Arkansas going into Louisville, playing Bellarmine. Oh, please work.
Central Arkansas, my darlings.
The darlings, yeah. Take it away, darling. Central Arkansas is actually catching 1.5, I believe, against Bellarmine at home there in Louisville. Shop around, though, because Bellarmine's catching points on some books as well. We don't know. The books don't know what to do with this game. You got Central Arkansas, who's been able to score tons of points. Now you have Bellarmine off 3 losses in a row, but Bellarmine's offense has looked sharp as well. I mean, this over feels free, but I feel like for some reason it just looks kind of too tempting. I mean, Bellarmine's been scoring in the 80s. Central Arkansas has been scoring plenty as well. Do we take Central Arkansas here?
I don't know. It's kind of telling me I'm kind of want to fade both my darlings. I faded Hofstra earlier and bet Towson at home. Kind of seems to me like a spot to fade my Central Arkansas darlings. They're really good at home, but you look when they go on the road, they really struggle. Haven't won a road game all year. They've only lost 1 home game. That was against Samford in overtime. So seems like a team to back against, when they're at home, but maybe fade on the road. But Bellarmine, obviously, they're not really great either. Like you said, the over seems kind of. I was looking at that. I mean, 156.5. It kind of seems too easy. I'll take Bellarmine on the money line. I'm probably not going to bet this game though.
Yeah, I'll check the page if I bet the over, but this one I'd rather bet FGCU than that one.
Why is it so slow? Why is it so low? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's Bellarmine, but I mean they've been able to score, so
seems too easy.
Let's keep an eye on that line for the rest of the episode. But 50 more games to go. Coastal Carolina laying 3.5 against Old Dominion. Over unders 148.5. Coastal Carolina off of a loss, 2 losses in a row. Georgia State at home. They've lost 3 in a row or 2 in a row now at home. Their defense has been able to travel. Old Dominion and Mike Jones, who? I will lay it with Coastal Carolina off 2 losses at home. I think they need to pick it up, but I will not be betting this because Old Dominion may be playing with some fire here and trying to be like, hey, this is Coastal. I think, we've lost a lot of games. I think we could pick this one up against Coastal. I think that's the mindset that they have here. And they'll be playing just as desperate with the amount of losses they've had in a row. So I'll lay it with Coastal. No bet. We got Warbucks spitting knowledge.
Yeah, I will. I'll lay it with Coastal here. Take the home team. no bet for me as well. Both of these teams aren't very good, both 1-3 in Sun Belt play. I don't really want to have eyes on this game or have to pay too much attention to it. So Coastal -3.5, no bet.
All right, North Florida catching 3 against West Georgia, over under 168.5. This game sucks. West Georgia, I mean, North Florida's lost so many games in a row. They are terrible. Like, they have zero.
No D1 wins.
No D1 wins. I mean, West Georgia, I'll give them some props. They're better than expected, and 2-0 now in conference play. But their first like true road game. I mean, Georgia was a road game, but come on. But true conference road game against North Florida. I don't necessarily think it matters too much. And who wants to lay points with the North Florida Ospreys that can't do anything? Both these teams are terrible at defense. I know this over-under is super high. I will take the over 168.5, but I don't think I'll be betting this because this one just seems too easy as well, just with the amount of points that are going to be rolling. Maybe we'll look for a live spot on this over, but no bet. I just don't know which team's going to show up, and I do not want to be catching or laying points with any team in this one.
This is I'm tempted to bet North Florida plus the 3. I think this is one of their opportunities on the season to get a D1 win. Like I said, they haven't had one yet, but they've played pretty stiff competition. Their worst team they played so far this year was Prairie View A&M. West Georgia, on the other hand, not as stiff of competition, have gotten some wins already. They've opened up conference play with 2 wins at home, but now North Florida gets to open up conference play at home. They were just pretty competitive against Lipscomb, only lost by 8 on the road. I think we see maybe North Florida get it done here and outscore West Georgia in a shootout. So I like North Florida plus the points actually here at home. I probably will end up betting this, to be honest. I'm seeing plus 2.5. I'll go ahead and bet it. Call me crazy.
I like that. All right. Good for you. Go Ospreys. I'm just trying to get this freaking sheet loaded on my freaking computer. App State laying a point against Georgia State. Over under is 139.5. Yeah, this one's kind of fun here. You got Georgia State. Been a little feisty. I mean, at some time they're pretty terrible. I mean, I'll be honest, they're pretty terrible. But they've been feisty to say the least, and not bad at home. And App State has been somewhat underwhelming a little bit on the defensive side. They definitely changed their style of play. But now that this is their 3rd road game in a row, Old Dominion, Marshall, and now you get App State going into Georgia State off of a loss against Marshall. I think it's a good spot for them to kind of maybe pick it up against a Georgia State team. But I'll tell you what, they are feisty at home and can play solid. But I don't trust this Jonas Hayes team, Giannis, whatever it is, and Georgia State. I don't love them. This line just kind of stinks to me. I feel like App State's definitely better offensively. Definitely stinks to me. I feel like it's a Georgia State spot. I'll take Georgia State. I probably won't. I'm not going to bet Georgia State, but I think this is a good spot for them. The line is somewhat telling, but can't fade my Boone, North Carolina College.
Yeah, I'll take App State here on the money line. I think it's a good spot for them. Like you said, coming off of the loss, Georgia State, fresh off of the 17-point win on the road. I haven't been too impressed with Georgia State. I'll back the better overall historical, better program in App State to kind of get it done here on the road. I'll bet it. I'll go ahead and bet it. This is App State's third straight road game here in conference play. That's kind of a little to me, but
They
you
got
already
4
look,
in a row too.
Georgia. They've already lost to Georgia State at home, so I think they return the favor here. Yeah, I will bet this. Give me App State. Georgia State beat them by 7 at home in Boone on right before Christmas. I think App State returns the favor. They split the series. They split the series and each steal games on the road. Doesn't make me feel good that they're App State's the worst free throw shooting team in the country at 60.5%. Good for dead last. So that doesn't favor me. I'll just take them on the money line, not even laying the -1.5 just because of that fact. But yeah, I think they get revenge here and they beat Georgia State.
Yeah, and even better now that they're 15-point underdogs, we get them at a money line. I like being talked in, and guess what? If App State loses, I can blame you tomorrow. So even better. It's not like I even bet it. It's like I can just blame you, and yeah, it works out. It's like I didn't even have to be mad at myself. I'm gonna listen to you though. I think it's a good cap. I like that angle, and I don't know why. I mean, how bad I was trashing Georgia State, and I'm like, yeah, let's bet them. No, I hate that Giannis Hayes team. Queens laying 4 against Jacksonville. Over under is 156.5. I mean, Queens been kind of drilling teams and have been a cash cow, especially here in conference play. But man, this one seems a little sketchy to me. I think Jacksonville is could potentially really try to slow Queens down. You know, it's just the problem with their tempo is that Jacksonville's defense was solid last year. It really worked out their style of play. Now their defense has been awful. Their offense is always pretty bad, to say the least, but their defense has picked them up in the past and kept them within margin. I am worried about how they're going to stop Queens offensively. I mean, they're going to score 100-something points, even with Jacksonville's kind of slow tempo. Really tough for me to fade Jacksonville just with how the spot is. It kind of feels like a Jacksonville spot. But Queens really has been drilling teams. The momentum's been rolling. And like I said, Jacksonville's defense just hasn't been able to pick up for their bad offense like we've seen in a couple of years past for the Dolphins. I'll lay it with Queens here.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Queens.
3.5 too, Elliot.
3.5. Yeah, I'll lay it with Queens. -3.5. Not sure I'll get to a bet right away. I'll wait and see what else I've got on the board. I'll wait to bet it. But I will. I do like the Queens. I like the better offense here. If I wanted to maybe feel a little bit more confident in a bet, maybe look at the over 156.5. Think, I know that Jacksonville, they struggle offensively, but I think at home against a pretty suspect Queens defense that they could maybe put up some points. And like you said, if Queens is going to get close to 100, they score in the 90s. That means Jacksonville needs to score 70. So I don't mind the over 156.5. I could maybe play that angle either. So I'll look at that, but I will be on Queens -4 or -3.5, I should say.
All right. Okay. Next slide here. Elliot, lead us off, my friend. CAA play. Drexel Stony Brook. Great game.
Yeah, should be a somewhat banger of a game against some kind of not very. I mean, I guess Drexel not very good. Stony Brook has been somewhat respectable, but Drexel, I don't know. 0-3 in conference play to start. Stony Brook 1-2. Now they go on the road. Got Drexel lane 4, flat 4. Drexel, they've lost 3 straight, 0-3. Now they're at home. They just lost to Hofstra by 3 at home. Stony Brook just got a win, snuck by Ncaa by 1 at home. I'll take Drexel here at home. 0-3, needing a win in conference play. They've already dropped their first home game. They're definitely going to probably drop the next home game against William and Mary at home. So I think this is a spot for them. I don't like the -4 though. I think Drexel gets it done. Probably not going to bet this, but I would take the Dragons laying the 4.
Yeah, you know what? This CAA game is one of the more slugfest kind of ones that's really going to drag you out. I know that the books are already kind of correcting for that just a tad bit here, and that they see that it's going to be a really slow paced game. I'm going to go with the under here. I think the books are pretty knowledgeable. They can sense that the number is fairly low, and I think this number is going to dip down here. So I'm taking that 133.5 here for Drexel Stony Brook on the under. I think we see this game in the 60s. I mean, this game's with a number like this on the under, it's always going to be a worry. It's going to be a sweat start to finish, especially with a 2 to 3 possession lay. But I think the tempo itself, bad offense, decent defense, really could drive us home here, and this number could go down. So I'm gonna take the under 133.5 here on.
Where's that at?
The classic, the worst book in the world, Bet Rivers. Get it now. It is
Don't have it.
World.
Yeah, because I'm seeing like 132.5.
132.5 on Score, 131.5 on 132.5 on DK. So yeah.
If you got the worst book, that's not bad.
Worst book, but yeah, I kicked off a couple books. That one is one of the worst ones in the world, though, but was one of my first ones, and one of the first ones like even before DraftKings and FanDuel. So yeah, Bet365 I believe has it as well. Campbell -7 against Hampton. Over/unders 146.5. Looks like it is still 7.5, maybe 8.5 some places. Hampton off of a good 2 wins, and then they tough game against UNC Wilmington. They fought hard, really brought them down. And now we get Campbell, laying this many points off of scoring 97 points. It's interesting to me. As Campbell found their offense just a tad bit. I mean, this is a team that can score 100 points and then randomly just drop like a 50 banger and play down the tempo. Both teams get to the line a ton. Hampton fouls way more than Campbell does. But I feel like Hampton's defense is somewhat solid. I mean, holding UNC Wilmington to 49, I can expect, and only scoring 45, I expect their offense to take a tad bit of a jump here. And then we get Campbell, who just scored 97. They may be a little hungover here. I'm going to take Hampton plus the points.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you here. I think Hampton's probably the right side. I think that they're, a better team than what people are making them up to be. They've been pretty competitive. I mean, shoot, they beat Towson at home, snuck that one out, and then played really competitive against who I think is the best team in the conference in Wilmington. Maybe you could argue William and Mary, but kind of a slugfest game. I'll take the over 146.5. Probably not going to bet it, but I just prevents Campbell from eking by and winning this by like 8 to 9. And I think if Hampton's going to be able to stay competitive, they're going to have to put up some points here in this game. But I would be on the Hampton side. So Hampton plus the 7.5 I'm seeing on Fanatics, as well as basically across the board, it's 7.5. You can get some good juice It looks like I got DraftKings plus 7.5 minus 105 on DraftKings, but I'll look at the over 146.5 and be on the Hampton side plus 7.5. No bet currently.
All right. Monmouth, William and Mary. Skipped one. Good.
At the same time.
Oh, wow. I didn't notice. Thank you. Elon laying 5.5 now. Line is down 2 against Ncaa. A&T's a good team, man. All due respect to the Aggies here. I think they're a solid team. One of the best teams to get into the line. Elon fouls a good amount, so they could definitely be within this game. I mean, played hard against Stony Brook, played hard against UNC Wilmington. They've been able to put up a good amount of points, and now you get Elon, one of the more efficient scoring teams. But they are off of a loss, first true conference road games. The pieces are kind of there for them to lay a dud, take a drink. But I don't think so. I think this Elon team will bounce back off the loss, look into the mirror, and want to be able to go on the road and beat up on Ncaa here. I think. I think A&T is going to hang in for quite some time, but I do like Elon minus 5.5. I could be talked into a 2-team money line parlay as well too, Elliot here. But it is a little sketchy. I think A&T could definitely be playing, but I think Elon can come in off the loss and really give it to A&T, especially at 3. That's where Ncaa struggles the most on defense, and Elon can thrive there where they try to distribute most of their points on 3s. So, give me Elon. We'll either lay it or take them in a 2-team money line parlay. We'll figure it out. We'll stay tuned. We'll keep an eye on what the rest is going on here. So.
Yeah, this line's shooting down. I'm seeing 5.5s now. Some flat 6s, some 5.5. So it's coming down. So if you like the Elon side, maybe wait to bet it. A lot of people in the chat as well are on Ncaa on the money line with the home upset. I really don't mind that. I think Elon, on the road, they've got a good offense, but defensively, they can kind of let everybody hang around and score points. And so I think that's maybe what North Carolina A&T will be able to do here. So I would I'll take North Carolina A&T plus 6. I won't add. I'll see if I bet it. I'll probably end up betting it though. We can battle here. I think A&T can get up here. 0-3 in conference play. Lost their first 2 at home. Played somewhat competitive. I know lost by 9 to UNC Wilmington, 11 to Northeastern. Give me North Carolina A&T to keep it close against the Elon team, who can't really stop a nosebleed on defense.
All right. Ooh, this line reeks. William and Mary laying 2.5 against Monmouth. Over-unders 156.5 here. Elliot, take us away here on CAA play. You going with Bill and Mary, the total here, or you going with Monmouth in a little short Yapper Dog home spot?
I'll take the short little Yapper Dog home spot. And Monmouth, I love backing this Monmouth team at home. It's kind of what I've always liked to do. I will say scares me just a little bit at the fact that they are off of the win on the road against Towson. But last time out at home, they dropped a game to Campbell. I think that they won this game possibly on the money line, and I think that that's why this line is maybe short. It's kind of telling you that Monmouth might win this outright. But William and Mary already dropped the Charleston game on the road, so they're going to come in pissed off after losing by 9 at Charleston on Monday. But I'm not gonna fade my Monmouth team at home. I'll take them plus the 2.5. Won't go crazy with the money line. Just take the points in case William and Mary is able to survive. I'll be on Monmouth.
I'll battle here. I'll take William and Mary on the money line, but it is a little sketchy with me with that line there. Feels like it's somewhat telling that Monmouth's going to be competing, but maybe it's a little bit of an overcorrection. We saw William and Mary get kind of stomped on at Charleston on the road. Now they're in their middle spot of a road stretch here in CAA play. I think they really could give it to Monmouth. Try to get out in the transition. Gonna run and gun with their style of play. Could really give it to Monmouth, but the line's a little stinky for me. So check the page if I bet William and Mary, but probably will just take the money line versus the lay in it.
Bill and Mary win by 2. We both go home happy.
Sure. Yes. Liberty, LA Tech, La Tech up in Ruston. Over-unders 133.5. Interesting line here. Let's see. We got Liberty, who's just been kind of sometimes can go through the motions here. And now that we have, I think Liberty's definitely the far better team against Louisiana Tech. I think they definitely can destroy them. Kind of really give it to them and run a good set. Kind of get open. They're super efficient. I think they could really give it to Liberty or give it to Louisiana Tech. But they've won 5 in a row, and these games are good. I mean, Dayton and UD Arena, they got a dub at. FIU and OT, close one. And then they've got 2 home wins in a row. Now they're going in and back to an away game where they really should have lost to FIU, going back and remembering that game. Now you get Louisiana Tech, who's lost 2 in a row, really struggles offensively. So it does scare me against a good Liberty team. But I think Louisiana Tech is way more physical, can really disrupt Liberty and try to give it to Liberty. And I think around the perimeter, inside, they can be really physical. And that's where you kind of have to beat Liberty, not let them get out into that motion offense. And try to just play a little more physical, take it inside more. If Louisiana Tech can limit possessions, I think we get a potential spot here. I'll take Liberty or Louisiana Tech plus the points. $5.5 available. Mute man.
Yeah.
I agree. It's up 6.5 some places, so I'll wait to bet this.
Yep. I was just getting ready to tell you that. Looks like it's on its way. I'm seeing -5.5 at -105 now. Seeing some 6.5. So give me Louisiana Tech at home. This is only my second year of doing this with you guys, but I consistently like to back Louisiana Tech at home. Good defensive team. Think they're going to be able to kind of get into a slugfest here defensively, maybe be able to shut down Liberty, make it tough for the Liberty to score. Think we see this game played in the kind of the low 60s. Maybe Liberty hangs on, gets it done, wins 65-62. But I like Louisiana Tech plus the 5.5. Wait to bet it. I'll take it at the 6.5 as well. Obviously, any extra points I can get, I'll gladly take. Yeah.
Let's go. Don't walk into Ruston on freaking national TV, CBS Sports Network. 5 wins, 6 wins in a row, whatever it is. Eastern Kentucky laying 6 against North Alabama. Over/unders 148.5. Elliot, let's let you lead this one. I feel like these are
no. I need you to lead this because
because these are your 2 teams. You're marveled by Eastern Kentucky's new gym. You're fascinated by the architecture.
That was last year.
No, I know, but still, it's a soft spot in your heart. You're still worried about the architecture, and then you got Tony Pujols, who's a soft spot for you as well too.
I will say, North Alabama's East Texas A&M Commerce and North Alabama's logo is damn near the same, just different colors. But I wanted you to go first because you had added Eastern Kentucky to possibly the no bet list, and then last time you bet them, you're like, "This is the last time I'm betting them." They won, so I'm kind of curious to see what you maybe do here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it with the Colonels here in Eastern Kentucky at home. They are just returning from a 4-game road stretch where they, got one win at Jacksonville State. However, they dropped 3 in a row, the first 2 to open up conference play. Now we get them against the North Alabama team who hasn't been very good, in my opinion. They've lost 4 in a row, including a home loss to Stetson, which was kind of a terrible loss, and then got blown out at home against Florida Gulf Coast. So, I think I'm a little worried that Tony Poole will have them play with some pride here, but I just don't think North Alabama is very good this year. I will ride Eastern Kentucky at home. I think North Alabama, they're missing Jakari Lane from last year and some other pieces that they had. No problem with me back at Eastern Kentucky. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4 straight home games. They haven't even got a D1 win at home yet. They've lost their 4 D1 home games that they played. So give me Eastern Kentucky to get it done here. They win this by double digits at home.
Yeah, I like Eastern Kentucky here as well, and then Eastern Kentucky maybe a little money line stab as well, and add them to the 2-team money line play. So we got some contenders here for the 2-teamer: Elon, Eastern Kentucky, maybe FGCU. So we'll get in there. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I like that little 2-team money line parlay. I think Eastern Kentucky gets it done for sure, and we'll add them again. But we won't be too mad. They did us a good thing. We remember that. NJIT, New Hampshire, over unders 138.5. Holy shit. Let's talk about this one for about 25 minutes. I think we should just expend this one and
go to the media assets and play it.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care. Jerry.
I'll take NJIT, no bets.
Yeah, I'll take the home team here. No bet. That's really kind of my only angle is that they're at home. I know NJIT got that road win against Binghamton of all people to open up conference play. New Hampshire lost that game at home against Vermont. Now they go on the road. Give me NJIT at home. No bet.
Ooh, Lemoyne, New Haven. Over unders 137.5. Lemoyne is laying 5, I believe. Still, is it still 5? 4.5 places as well. 5.5. So keep an eye out. Who wants to lay points with Lemoyne, but really, who wants to bet on New Haven as well too? I do want to do one of them though. I think this Lemoyne team could be the answer to one of the money line parlays I was just wondering about for the Dolphins here. We have a Lemoyne team. I feel like as I was super high on them for conference play. I know they laid a dud against Mercyhurst, but now they get to head back home against a newly welcomed team into conference play. And their first conference game, they went 1-0. They won on the road at Stonehill. And then lost to Central Connecticut. So maybe they're playing good against their competition, but their third road game in a row, or excuse me, not their third road game in a row, their 7th road game in a row, and third road game in conference play in a row, I think could be an issue. I think Lemoyne kind of steps it up. They really kind of defend the two really well, and they defend inside pretty good. And that's where New Haven tries to go and distribute most of their points. So I don't know if New Haven will have an answer for Lemoyne. Give me Lemoyne money line, man. I'll add them to the 2-teamer with Eastern Kentucky. The Colonels are riding the Dolphins.
Yeah, give me Lemoyne -5. No bet.
Great. Central Connecticut's laying 9 against Stonehill. Over unders 138.5. Central Connecticut, they just dominated, right? I was on them on Sunday. against New Haven. They did cover. They only won by 11, but maybe not domination, but they did cover. Man, they're kind of fugazi though. I feel like they get up for random spots in games, and now you get Stonehill. I'm not betting Stonehill. I'll lay it with Central Connecticut State. They're far superior to Stonehill, but I feel like Central Connecticut will kind of play with their food in this one. No bets.
Yeah, give me. I would lay it with Stonehill, or sorry, I would lay it with Central Connecticut here against Stonehill. I'm looking real quick. I might just be on the Stonehill team total under here. Their offense is hot garbage, and they
It is 64.5.
So, yep, 64.5 to the under. Yeah, I'll take Stonehill team total under 64.5. No bet, though.
I like it. All right, I think next one's a good one. Oh, yeah, it is a good one because we get Bernie Blunts against Long Island. Mercyhurst is catching 9 against Long Island. Is it still 9 points? Over under is 142.5. Is it still 9, Elliot?
Let me look.
I don't see this game on mine for some reason. What the heck?
It is 8.5. Juice to the 8.5. So LIU might be coming to 9, yeah, because I'm seeing 8.5 minus 120 on DK.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mercyhurst, super solid. I love them. Bernie Blunt, the 4th, a soft spot in my heart. What is the I'm looking up I'm trying to add up the
What do you want?
I'm looking up what this parlay would look like if I bet this. Because I think Long Island is solid. I don't want to necessarily lay this many points with the Sharks just against Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst can randomly show up, but they go on tons of dry spells. I think Long Island could potentially expose them. I think Long Island gets it done. Looks like the LIU Eastern Kentucky money line parlay would get me down to minus 120. Lemoyne puts me in just at plus money and a little above with Eastern Kentucky. So no, nothing. I don't know yet. I'm either the Colonel's either eating shark or eating dolphin. So I guess you both call that mahi mahi. Just kidding. But anyway, I will add either Lemoyne or LIU money line to the Eastern Kentucky money line for the 2-team parlay. I don't trust them to lay it, but they definitely could dominate Mercyhurst with how many dry spells they go on. So either Lemoyne or LIU on the money line. Check the picks page for the 2-teamer there.
Yeah, I think we get another spot where I'm just going to lay it with LIU minus the 9. I think that they can win this game by double digits just on the sheer fact that, like you said, Mercyhurst goes on some offensive struggles. It's kind of Bernie Blunt, and that's about it. I just think LIU is more talented overall depth. They've got a lot of depth, good guard play. They'll be able to take advantage of a Mercyhurst team who, not the worst defense, but I think LIU at home will be able to kind of get it done inside the paint. They're going to be able to take advantage with their athletic guards. I know Bernie Blunt, is a good athletic guard who's a scorer, but there's only one Bernie Blunt, and there's 3 or 4 solid guards on LIU. I think we see a double-digit win for LIU. I'll lay it minus the 9.
Hey, there's only one Bernie Blunt, but that thing gets passed around, and it's nice.
Passed around, so pass.
Northeastern catching points at home against UNC Wilmington plus 3.5. Over under is 145.5. Wilmington. We were just talking about this against Hampton, a tough win. Wilmington's kind of been playing these kind of scrappy games, and now we get Northeastern on a really short dog here. This line kind of reeks, in my opinion. And we normally get these UNC Wilmington teams on 2 to 3 possessions here. Man, I think Northeastern gets them, man. I mean, this is a somewhat telling. I know the thing that scares me about it is that it could be a little overcorrection from the books, just the way UNC Wilmington's been playing here. But I think with just the amount of possessions that they limit, they haven't been the most efficient scoring team as of late. I feel like Northeastern at home could get up and be feisty for this one. Just kind of worried about their defense personally. You give up 97 to Campbell, 103 to Elon. It just hasn't been impressive for me. And I feel like UNC Wilmington could really outmatch them physically. So I'll take Northeastern, though, plus the 5.5. I think this line stinks, and UNC Wilmington's been kind of getting lucky at the end of these games as of recent, and really playing with kind of playing around a little bit and not necessarily doing the normal UNC Wilmington stuff that we know, and that's beating the shit out of these teams. So
You're seeing you see a 5.5? Is that what you said?
I meant 3.5. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'll battle you here. I'll take UNC Wilmington minus the 3.5. I will kind of dive into a little bit of this stinky short line here. I'm just going to go ahead and trust the better defense. I think defense will travel here. North Russians defense is not good at all. And, especially they foul a shit ton. And that's where UNC really likes that's where UNC Wilmington really likes to get a lot of their points from the free throw line and also from the two, both the areas that Northeastern struggle at. So I think Wilmington will be able to get this done here, win this by maybe 6 to 7. I'll dive into it a little bit and back the Skyhawks here. Seahawks here, sorry.
Let's go. Battle here. Lipscomb laying 11 against Stetson. Over-unders 150.5 here. Lipscomb's been kind of dealing, but defensively didn't look good against North Florida, only winning by 8. And Stetson, though, it's just been a massive issue, to say the least. Defensively is horrible. I feel like I'm going to take this now. Lipscomb's team total over. We got 80.5 here. I think this number is going to be up to 82 or 83. I think we're going to see Lipscomb come out super hot here. I know Stetson likes to kind of limit possessions, but defensively, they're a huge problem. And now you get Lipscomb, who's going to run and gun, shoot tons of threes, and I think their shots are going to fall on the road just a tad bit. They looked good against North Florida. I definitely liked what they did, but they only shot 36% from the field, pretty good. But I think that they can improve on that just a tad bit. We've seen them go out and just dominate, and especially in the first half, they come out super strong here, score like 45 or 50. I'll feel somewhat comfortable for it. Just hope they don't lay the gas off. But I think this line's a little short. The book's opening up at 80.5. Might as well take it now because this thing's going to go up by tomorrow morning. So let's go Lipscomb team total over. The Hatters suck.
Yeah, I'll back the suck team. I'll take Stetson plus 11, taking the double digits. They're at home. I just think that, Lipscomb, they should be able to get it done here. I shouldn't have a problem getting the win against Stetson, but I do think Stetson can maybe be a little competitive here at home. They've, beat VMI, beat Howard at home. So they've got some good home wins. Their only home loss so far this year came against Wright State. So I expect them to be competitive. I think double digits is too many points. Ken Pomino, chat's asking, has got this as a 12-point win for Lipscomb, 81-69. I do agree with you, Huff. I think that this will be, you're on the right side with the team total over, but I'll just back Stetson here. I'm seeing plus 11.5 now. So I'll go ahead and take that. No official bet yet. Wait on this, see what the line does, but that'll be my bet here. And then going into the next game, we'll roll right into St. Francis going into Wagner. Wagner is laying 8.5. The over/under is 145.5.
Fade the buzzer beater. Fade the buzzer beater. St. Francis just hit a buzzer beater to win the last game.
There's Huff's cap. St. Francis got that win at home by 3 against Fairleigh Dickinson. Wagner is also off the loss at home against a terrible Stonehill team. Lost that game 69-60. I think that kind of says all you need to know. I'll lay it with Wagner minus 8.5. I'm not betting this though. I'll never want to really bet a Wagner game laying more than 3 possessions. So Wagner minus 8.5, no bet.
I'm going to do a Wagner money line addition to the parlay piece. I'm that Zach Galifianakis hangover meme when he's gambling, adding up we're going to do some arithmetic, whatever, derivatives, and figure out what are the best odds for all these money line parlays we've been adding. So some parlay pieces there. Vermont's laying 19.5 against Binghamton. Over-unders 143.5. The Catamounts have looked better. They picked it up. It hadn't been an automatic spot here, though. Vermont may end up drilling Binghamton. Binghamton is pretty bad, to say the least. But this is a lot of points. You got Binghamton that, they lost to NJIT. Vermont, I think they just won again. They won exactly at 19 on the road against New Hampshire. Now they're at home against a Binghamton team.
That Vermont game was an easy cover. I should have freaking bet that. I waited to see it because I just faded the system of just backing Vermont, and I was kicking myself for it.
Yeah, they've been definitely solid. Now we get Vermont here. I feel like this number is kind of perfect. They kind of want you to, they're going to win by 20 for sure. And they might be up by like 24 or 25 at some point, but all you need is 1 or 2 possessions to get that right back into the cover noise. Vermont defensively has been an issue, but Binghamton's offense super bad. But they do a good job of getting at the line here. I think Binghamton can hang around. I'll take their team total over 61.5. I don't think I'll bet this. Check the page, but don't think I'll end up betting this just due to Vermont and the slow pace and beat in the high spread. But I think Binghamton can kind of hang around a little bit.
61.5, you said?
Yep.
KenPom's got this at 66, so definitely sees an edge there for you in terms of that team total. I'll take Vermont. I'll lay it minus the 19.5. We'll see if I end up betting this. Kind of a big number, but if anything, I would back Vermont here. Auto fade Binghamton. They're terrible, like Jeff says in the chat. And then Vermont at home in Patrick Gymnasium. Pretty hard to fade that. So I wouldn't put any money on Binghamton at plus the points, but if as Cap says, gun to my head, I'll take Vermont minus 19.5. We'll see if I bet it.
Yep. I like it. Sam Houston laying 12.5 against UD, the Blue Hens of Delaware. We're in the 7:30 Eastern window now. We're moving on up. Sam Houston off of 2 losses in a row. And they looked somewhat competitive, at least more so against Western Kentucky than Middle Tennessee State, but they definitely had it here. And now they get a Delaware team that is just awful. Offensively, it's just been a major issue, to say the least. I think Delaware has struggled, but we don't know which Delaware team we're going to get here. And now you get two clashes of style here: up tempo Bearcats versus the slow paced Blue Hens. But where Delaware tries to thrive on offense, and they're pretty good at actually, is shooting threes efficiently. But Sam Houston State's best defensive set is against defending those threes. I think they could absolutely come out super hot and a little pissed off after scoring 67 points. Played good against Middle Tennessee State too as well. only lost by 1. Was way more in it against Western Kentucky than 102-91. But that's just their style of play. They run super fast. I think they're going to come out super hot. I will take Sam Houston State laying the big number against a bad Delaware team.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Houston was up 11, 12 points in that Western Kentucky game. They're leading at half by 7. At one point in the second half, they're up by 10. And then Western Kentucky went on a 15-2 run and then a 10-0 run to kind of take it over there and ended up winning by double digits. So like you said, a lot closer than what it looked like if you're just kind of box score watching. Warbucks asking who wants to get rich. I want to get rich, so I'm going to lay it with Sam Houston minus the 12.5. Huff's cap was perfect. I was going to mention that, Delaware, the only thing they do offensively good is the 3, but that's exactly what Sam Houston defends well. So exactly what Huff said. Lay it here with Sam Houston. They bounced back after 2 tough road losses. Delaware also off of that 15-point win against the good Kennesaw team at home. Now they travel. Give me Sam Houston minus the 12.5. Warbucks is taking Delaware plus 600. Guess he wants to get rich. Delaware plus 600. More power to you. Like we say, Taylor fade. Hope you win. But this time, I hope I win.
Morehead State catching 2.5 against UT Martin. Over-unders 137.5, 136.5. Morehead, they've won 4 of their last 5. I mean, they looked really impressive. They've definitely improved since last season, to say the least. And I mean, UT Martin been a solid team. I mean, they got 11 wins. They've had a good start to the year as well. I'll take. I probably won't. I'm not going to bet this. So I think Martin's just a little bit better. I think defensively they're one of the best teams, or they're the best defensive team in their conference. And they're going to be able to get to the line a good amount against Morehead State, get some calls. I'll take UT Martin money line, but with them being on the road and Morehead having a hot start, I will do a no bet here for the Skyhawks. But I think they get it done on the road against Morehead State.
Yeah, I like the money line parlay or money line play here. Give me UT Martin on the money line as well. I do think that they are the better team. Again, I'll kind of back a good defense, solid defense, like you said, probably the best in the OVC, in my opinion. And, on offense, they can be pretty good as long as they don't turn the freaking ball over. They just turn the ball over a shit ton. And you look at Morehead, they don't really force turnovers, so that's kind of good for UT Martin here. However, they self-inflict a lot of self-induced turnovers. So they can just keep the turnovers down and, minimize the limited possessions that they create by allowing those turnovers. I think UT Martin can get it done, even minus the 2.5. But I'll just take UT Martin on the money line.
You are betting this?
I'm going to wait.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Denver just now almost at the halfway point. South Dakota State laying 7.5 against Denver. Over under is 165.5. South Dakota State solid at home. Now you get Denver.
Not last time out.
Not last time out.
I'm gonna say, Jeff of the chat, he's right. This is not your typical South Dakota State team. They're respectable, but they sure as hell proved that they're average here at the Summit League last time out.
Yeah, I mean, but that was on the road, I guess, a little. I mean, not too far up the road, a little North Dakota. Hey, as Family Guy says, hey, you want to see South Dakota without Mount Rushmore? Come to North Dakota. Love that. They bounce back here off of a road spot, I think, right? I mean, this Denver offense, though, is pretty potent. Even on the road, they played well against St. Thomas, though. I kind of worry about their defense. I mean, South Dakota State could really expose them a little bit, and on a bounce back spot. I'll lay it. I don't think I'm going to bet this one either, though, just because how bad they've been, but and just not up to par. The South Dakota State, but this is freaking Brookings, man. These guys need to get up. Come on, Jackrabbits, let's go. Lay it.
I agree. I don't know. This could be another, good little money line piece for you, to kind of navigate in your head, peruse in your head, and get a good line for it. Because I don't see them losing this game. 7.5 seems to be, a decent amount of numbers that it's going to make me hesitate on betting it. I'll lay it with South Dakota State here, but it's not going to be just kind of an automatic bet for me. I'm going to kind of wait and see what else I have out there, and then see if I'm going to bet this. I just think, at home, like you said, in Brookings, South Dakota State should be able to get this done. I just worry that maybe Denver would be able to keep up with the pace of play and still score and keep it close and competitive. But Denver, last time out, they did, only lost by 4 to St. Thomas. So maybe this is kind of a little, letdown spot. They played really well against St. Thomas. And now you see South Dakota State get up here after that overtime loss and get it done by double digits. So give me South Dakota State, lay it 7.5. We'll wait to see if I bet this.
Yeah, I like that. Thanks for the money line parlay. We'll keep adding candidates, but yeah, I think it's a worthy bounce back. Ncaa, Northern Colorado laying 3 against Idaho State. Over under is 154.5 here for the Bengals, whatever they are. You know what? I love this Idaho State team. They're super feisty. I like the way that they kind of play. They can clash with both kind of styles, even against this Northern Colorado team that can push. Northern Colorado, they defend the 3 really well, and that's where kind of Idaho State likes to thrive. They don't really take it inside, even with some rebounding advantages that they have against Northern Colorado. But now we get Ncaa off of a loss. Idaho State, I know, is off a home loss as well. But I think I'm kind of worried about Idaho State's defense. I think Northern Colorado plays both sides of the ball just a little bit better. I think Northern Colorado gets it done at home and gives Idaho State a little bit of an issue here, especially around the 3 on defense, where they try to live and die. I will take Ncaa at home.
Yeah, this will be a bet for me right now. I'll go ahead and bet Northern Colorado. I'm seeing 3.5 now, so it's came up a half point. I think it's a good bounce back spot for Northern Colorado after the Montana trip, where they dropped the 2 games in Montana to Montana State. Montana now kind of their conference home opener. I think they're, Northern Colorado is a really good team. They originally started out 10-3 with a good win over Colorado before dropping those 2 to Montana and Montana State. Idaho State, they're really good too. Not going to say that they aren't. They really like to, slow the pace down, limit possessions. But I think Northern Colorado here, I'll back them at home. I think they're just going to be the more efficient team offensively, in my opinion, at home versus Idaho State on the road. So back the home team here.
All right. NIU, Weber State. Northern Arizona is catching 2.5 against Weber State. Weber State off of a good win. NIU off 2 losses in a row. I think NIU's trash. I don't really like them, but don't love Weber State on the road laying points. I'll take Weber State money line, but no bet for me. I think NIU there's a chance that they could bounce back potentially. So over under. Nothing in my playbook there. I don't know which offense we're going to get from the Lumberjacks. So, yeah, give me Weber on the road, money line, no bet.
Yeah.
Because NAU could steal this, man. They're desperate.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's just what makes me hesitant. I was liking Weber, just taking Weber minus or on the money line, just ignoring the -2. But like you said, Northern Arizona, they're also off of the Montana trip as well. They lost those 2 games. Now they return home for their conference home opener, so kind of similar angle to Northern Colorado. So maybe we play a little Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado. Back them after the Montana trip. I'll take an AU plus the points. Probably not going to bet this though because I did like Weber at first.
Yeah, no bet for me, but I think that definitely could be an NAU spot just with the number a little bit, but I think Weber's better, so yeah, no bet. Southern Miss laying 4.5 against Texas State. Over unders 147.5.
Third straight conference road game for Texas State. They just got it done outright against a terrible Louisiana Monroe team. Beat them by 5. Before that, dropped that Troy game on the road by 20. Southern Miss, they've beat up on the 2 Louisiana schools on the road. 3-1.
Lafayette twice too. Lafayette beat them up. They beat Lafayette twice.
3-1 in conference. Give me Southern Miss. Minus the 4.5. Texas State on the road is not good. Even though they did beat Monroe, I just don't think they're very good on the road. I don't think they're very good in general, but particularly on the road. No bet though. I don't really like this Southern Miss team at all either. I do think they're a lot better with minus Carbello, but I don't want to back them here. I'll pick Southern Miss minus 4.5.
Carbello lists. I'll take Texas State plus the points. They're pretty bad though, so yeah, maybe not a bet, but I don't know, man. I feel like they can be feisty. I don't love Southern Miss laying that many points after stealing 2 road wins a little bit, and I think Texas State defense actually kind of can travel just a tad bit, maybe force some turnovers against Southern Miss. Yeah, I'll take Texas State plus the points. Check the page if I bet it, though. I don't think I will. I probably will. I'm going to bet Texas State. All right. Tarleton State laying 7 against Abilene. Over-unders 141.5. Elliot, take it away, Mr. Tarleton State. I mean, you got like you're an investor with Tarleton State. I think you have
I fund some of their NIL. I got Dior Johnson there.
Endowments, right? Yeah, you got some endowments there and stuff.
No, just no endowments, just straight NIL funding.
And are you paying Billy Gillespie? Are you just like knowing Billy Gillespie? Is that
no, just straight NIL funding to the men's basketball program to bring in specific recruits who I think will fit in Billy Gillespie's program. And they needed scorers this year. I knew they were going to be a very tough defensive-minded team, as they always are, but I needed somebody with some spark to come off the bench. And Dior Johnson, fit that mold perfectly. So, however, I think this is too many points. I will take Abilene Christian plus the 7. Maybe I'm seeing 6.5s now. I don't know if I see a 7 anymore. But Abilene Christian, they've been really feisty. They're good defensively. I think this is going to be kind of a defensive muck it up slugfest. Both teams force turnovers. Tarleton first in the nation, 24.8% turnover percentage on D. Abilene 9th in the nation, 22.5%. Maybe even makes me like possibly the under 141.5. Just as Thomas puts that in the chat, it's almost like it came at the right time. I might just have to divine intervention, do that. But I'll take Abilene Christian here. I think it's going to be the defensive slugfest, close competitive game. Both teams are going to be able to force turnovers on one another. And we see this game, I think personally, played in the 60s. So I might double book and be on the under 141.5, because I don't think that this, I think maybe it's the first to 70 wins. Maybe we see Tarleton get to 70 and it's like 70-63, 70-65, something like that. So yeah, Abilene Christian plus the points, under 141.5.
Yeah, I'll take Tarleton State on the money line. We'll add it to the repertoire, but no bet laying that many points. I can't. I can't lay that many with Tarleton. But Abilene goes on tons of droughts, man. I've watched them. They look horrible when they're not having their threes fall. So they look like they don't know what to do on the other side. So
Better for the under.
better for the under. Omaha laying 5.5 against North Dakota. North Dakota off of an overtime win. Boom, we were just talking about it, against South Dakota State on the road. Now you got Omaha. Randomly, could they get up and for conference play a little bit? Who knows? Last year, conference regular season champions in the Summit League. But this year, it's been awful. Losing two games in a row, then you lose to UMKC at home. But now you welcome North Dakota in off of the overtime game. I am a little tempted to lay it with Omaha, but I'm not gonna. I think this is ridiculous. Omaha's looked like shit. It's like they talk about hangover. It's when you think you got it, and then it can all slip away. That's the fact of life. Nothing's permanent. Everything is temporary, and things, and that's why we enjoy. You got to enjoy what you got. You got to enjoy the highs. You got to enjoy the lows. And I think they just enjoyed the highs a little bit too much. They've come out super flat this year, and so far this season. So I'll take North Dakota plus the points. Is there a plus 6.5, plus 5.5 only? Yeah, plus 5.5. I'll take UND. I'm not worried about their 90-point game on the overtime win. They're able to, they've bounced back from scoring 90 and 88. They can do it all the time. North Dakota gets this done, plus 5.5.
Yep, we'll battle here. I'll be on Omaha minus the 5.5. I think it's a great spot for Omaha after dropping the home game to UMKC. As you said, they're kind of riding the highs a little bit too much. Well, North Dakota is riding the high of that overtime win at home against South Dakota State. Give me Omaha minus 5.5. Let's battle.
Paul Saffers had them going. Kansas City, UMKC is catching 9.5 against North Dakota State. Over-unders 143.5. That North Dakota State Oral Roberts game was just fantastic. One of the better games I've seen all season. Really enjoyed it. And then you get UMKC off of a big win as well on the road. Now they're back home catching points. Elliot, what are you doing? Are you going to this game? How far are you from here? Closer than Manhattan, right?
Oh, way closer. Way closer.
Way closer.
Manhattan, I'm a pretty avid fan, K-State fan, super fan to say the least. I make the drive. It's about 2 hours.
One way?
One way. Yep. So when I go to the games, it basically designates my whole night. So I leave straight from work, and actually from work, it's about 2.5 hours because I work 30 minutes the opposite way. So 2.5 hours that way. And then, depending on the game time, I'm getting back anywhere from 11:30 to midnight, 1 a.m. So, I wish it was as close as UMKC is, because, the Sweeney Recreation Center is only, I'm looking this up real quick, solid. Where is it? Westwood.
You should go.
38-minute drive for me. So
perfect.
Not too bad. And actually, if I'm looking at from work, because I'll probably work till like 6 tomorrow, it's only 28 minutes. So
8:30 too. 8:30 start time, I think.
No, 7.
8 or 7 central.
7 for me. But yeah, I could definitely go to this game. There's not like a lot of banger cards.
Might as well.
Here on this time.
No way tickets are expensive.
Oh, hell no. But could get back for the Big West action before that game ends at 9. I can get back and for sure watch most of the Big West and WCC games. So yeah, I might dabble in that. I'll bet something if I end up actually betting this, or if I go to this game, I'll bet something. I'll lay it with North Dakota State. Don't love it though. I just UMKC. They just won. They're terrible. I know it's plus 9.5 at home. I'll take I'll take the home team plus 9.5. No bet unless I go. I'll put out a bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go North Dakota State here. I like the lay, and I also like UMKC team total under here. I think North Dakota State did a great job. I mean, they held Oral Roberts to 77 points off of 2 overtimes, by the way. That was so double overtime. They scored 20 in overtime, so we're held to 57 in regulation. North Dakota State does a good job defending inside. They do a good job of forcing turnovers where UMKC really struggles. I think UMKC is going to have a bad offensive outing, especially after their most recent win. So yeah, lay it. UMKC team total under though.
I'm seeing 10.5.
Yeah,
I'll lay it. UMKC is awful. I don't want to have to back them.
Utah Valley's laying 20.5. Over unders 155.5 against
Golly.
Southern. They probably will beat Southern Utah by a good amount, but I mean Southern Utah. Hopefully you play with some pride. I will take Southern Utah plus the points just because it's some intrastate game, but no bets. Nope. I've already bet on Bryant tonight. So yeah, no Southern Utah, please. Especially even if they're catching 20 points.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll take the points. That just seems like a lot of points in a conference game. I mean, I know that you look at tonight, the Big 12 teams that were laying it, BYU, Arizona, cruise with ease. Utah Valley at home is kind of a wagon. So don't want to bet this and bet against that. But I do think it's too many points. Plus 20.5.
And Warbucks is right in the chat. They're off of a loss. I mean, that's the whole thing. They're probably
coming home. They did play Calbap. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for that reason, I'll lay it, but I still don't want to bet this. I'll lay it with Utah Valley minus the 20.5. We'll spar, but still don't want to have anything to do with it with this big number.
All right. Tennessee State's laying 6.5 against Western Illinois. Over-unders 148.5. Elliot, what are you doing here in this one? Leathernecking?
I mean, it seems like a lot of points for a Tennessee State team to be laying on the road.
Western Illinois is pretty bad, but yes, I agree.
I know they're bad, but third straight road game for Tennessee State. They've already got 2 wins in a row on the road. Beat Tennessee Tech by 12, Little Rock by 5. Western Illinois 0-4 in conference play. Played SIU Edwards, though, pretty close and competitive in their one home conference game. Give me Western Illinois plus the points, but like you said, they're pretty bad. I don't want to put my hard-earned money on a Western Illinois ticket. I'm not too confident in that, so I'll take the home team plus the 6.5. No bet.
Yeah, I'll take Nolan Smith and Tennessee State on the road, but I don't know. No bet for me either. It's a lot of points. All right, Illinois laying 21.5 against Rutgers. Over-unders 145.5. Illinois. Love that logo. Still at 21.5, it looks like. This number looks like it's going to bounce even more. Illinois looked really bad against Penn State in the Palestra, but they still got it done. Good win. And now you get Rutgers, who's really kind of found it, to say the least, for the most part. They've really stepped it up. They got a win against Oregon. They looked good against Ohio State, even at home. I know my thoughts on Ohio State, so I digress. But Illinois, not the fastest paced team, but they're very efficient. They get tons of rebounds, so those putbacks are there, and they got a lot of size and strength, and they can really get out into transition super fast, and Rutgers even could play at that pace. I'm tempted to lay it, but I also like Illinois team total over 83.5. I think that's in the cards here. They put up 73 against Penn State, and I believe they had 40 at halftime. So I think they'll step it up. Rutgers pretty bad at defense. Do we see Rutgers kind of bounce back off of a bad loss? You give up 81 to Seton Hall on the road, 81 to Purdue, 101 to Michigan. I know that doesn't cover the number I'm requesting, but and betting on, but at the same time, Illinois, I think, is way more efficient than the teams that mentioned. So give me Illinois, especially at home in Champaign. I'll take that team total over.
Yeah, you like the team total over. I like the full game over, 145.5. I think, like you said, maybe Rutgers has figured it out a little bit offensively. They're still not great. However, I think if we can get Illinois at the 85 range, as long as Rutgers scores over 60, we see this cash. I like that, especially if Illinois is up by 20. They're not going to play as hard on defense. So Rutgers is probably going to be able to get some free buckets down the stretch, and I think we see this cash. I would be on the Illinois side if I was picking the spread as well. Rutgers pretty terrible at defending the 3-point line, and Illinois, I think, can really take advantage. They shoot a lot of threes, and being at home, they can definitely capitalize on that. So Illinois side for me, but I'll take the over Rutgers, Illinois over 145.5.
Yeah, I mean, if they score 85 to 90, you really just need that 65, basically, in that range. Even
if they score 65, I need Illinois to score 81. So
right, so that'd be good. Yeah, let's. I like that. I like it. So we like the overs in this one. Could be talking to full game. I'll take the team total. Oh. Look at this game. Great game. Lafayette is laying 7.5 against Monroe. Over-unders 139.5 for the Ragin' Cajuns here. What the hell? This game's awesome. I mean, I know there's a lot of pride in this one. Play some pride. Cajuns, Warhawks. Don't matter. This is a rivalry game, man. Monroe is pretty bad, but I mean, it's not like Louisiana's anything to write 7.5 points about, especially laying it. I'll tell you what, this will be the last time they probably lay 7.5 in a game this year. Monroe's bad though. I'll take Monroe plus the points. No bet. I'll be feet up to enjoy this one in the battle of the Bayou.
Yep. Battle on Bayou. Last matchup, Louisiana, they won by 14 against Monroe last time out, because they've already played once already, right? Yeah, Louisiana beat Monroe on the road by 14 already earlier this year, and now the line is only 7.5. Kind of interesting. They're at home, and now it's only 7.5. Looks like JB saying Monroe just lost a double-digit score to the portal. We all know how that goes. I don't trust those portal news because that Anias Futrell from Lindenwood, who is supposedly in the portal, ended up playing. So you never know with all the portal news. They could be in the portal but still play. It's just the weirdest stuff. So I'll take that with a grain of salt. I'll take the points. I think it should be a close game. You look at the games before this 14-point game. I know, like you said, Monroe's terrible this year. But last year, 4-point game, 5-point game, 3-point game, 7-point game, 8-point game. So pretty close competitive games in Battle on the Bayou. I'll take the points in the rivalry game. But yeah, give me Monroe plus 7.5. I'm not betting this game though. Monroe's absolutely terrible. Are you betting this?
No, I'm not betting this. I'm not betting on this. I already bet on Bryant. I don't need to bet on UL Monroe. Yeah, I mean, something's got to be done about this freaking. This is nonsense. Now you got guys portaling in football. It's a mess. It's freaking craziness. But anyway. All right, Southern Indiana catching 6.5 against Southeast Missouri. Elliot, I know you love SEMO. You love SEMO over there. I know you're not a Missouri guy, but I know you love SEMO. You got a soft spot for SEMO in your heart.
Yeah, I got a soft spot for Missouri now because they lost the Chiefs to us. So more power to us, baby. Brad Korn, former K-State guy, K-State grad. I do have a soft spot for Southeast Missouri and Cape Girardeau. Never been to Cape Girardeau. Fun fact. That's like at the very tip of Southeast Missouri, and I have no reason to venture there. Golly, I don't know what to do here. Southern Indiana 0-4. They've already dropped 2 games at home. Got blown out by Little Rock, which was kind of funny to me. Southeast Missouri, on the other hand, 3-1 to start. They did lose the Tennessee Tech by 11 on the road. Did bounce back, beat Tennessee State. That's Tennessee State's only loss in conference so far. Give me SEMO. I think they're the better team. 6.5 number kind of ekes me out, but yeah, I'll take SEMO minus the 6.5. No bet though, probably.
All right, sorry, I was freaking doing something. Yeah, SEMO's gonna kill it on the road too. Not too worried about it. Oh, SIU Edwardsville against Little Rock. Over-unders 132.5 here. I hate laying points with SIU Edwardsville. I just got there with them. I'm happy with it. They got it done. I had their little bet already. And I was going to write them off for the season, but they got it done against Lindenwood on the same 3.5 here.
It wasn't even 3.5. At least I didn't get 3.5. I got like a 1.
Yeah, it was money line. It wasn't 3.5. You're right. It was money line. You're right. I was thinking of the game against Moorhead where they didn't cover.
Yeah, they lost freaking outright to Moorhead.
Lost outright. Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4. But anyway, it's off the list. I agree, but we're happy with the result of the initial list. Give me SIU Edwardsville. I'll bet it. Let's go. All right. One more time. Let's go. Let's bring it back. Let's go SIU Edwardsville. They're gonna get it done. God, they just never can win at margin, man. They're so freaking slow. Watching them play, it's like a lot of triple threat offense going on there for sure. What about you?
Yeah, I'll go back to SIU Edwardsville. I'll go back to the well here.
The well?
SIU Edwardsville minus 3.5
The well?
from last year. It ain't dry yet.
The well? I mean, yeah, last year, yes, was for sure a well, but this season, this this season, the well is sometimes rocking. Sometimes you look down and let's go. All right, New Mexico State -3 against Western Kentucky. Over/unders 155.5. All right, this one's a great game. One of the best games of the night, I would say. Now you get Western Kentucky going on the road. I think they just won, right? Or am I missing a game for some reason on my notes here?
Western Kentucky?
Yeah, they just won, right? By like 12, right?
Yeah. Well, they also turned around and they played Louisiana Tech at home on Sunday and
That's
won.
right.
They won by 5 against La Tech. But the Friday game that you're thinking of was that same Houston game where they won by 11, came back from being 12 down.
Yeah, it's a weird travel spot for Western Kentucky, man. I think Western Kentucky is better, but going all the way out to Las Cruces, not easy. I think they do bounce back offensively for sure, though. Just because after scoring 102, I get it, only scoring 66 against Louisiana Tech, but the spot is telling you it's New Mexico State. I think I may just do a full unit on the money line against Western Kentucky. But I don't know. I think we'll just lay it with New Mexico State. I think the spot's somewhat telling here. We saw them go on the road against Jacksonville State, really struggle. But I am worried about them kind of bouncing back offensively for sure. I think Western Kentucky, but they're going to get it done against UTEP. It's an easy one on Saturday. Give me New Mexico State and somewhat of a bounce back. Come on. They got it. They got to get this done. I hate fading Hank Ploma, though, in West Kentucky. They're one of my darlings. I just have a soft spot for the Hilltoppers. I got to feed my dog quick. Hold
on. Yeah, I like New Mexico State -3. I think it's a good spot for them at home. Just was going to look at that injury news that Danny was putting in the chat. See if there's anything that I can see. I don't see anything injury-wise for New Mexico State that's popped up, at least on mine. But as Warbuck said, New Mexico State's kind of been a wagon at home. 3-0 against the spread, beat New Mexico at home last time to open up conference play. They beat a really good Sam Houston State team by 9 at home. I know Western Kentucky's a good team, but I will fade them off of their 2 wins at home. New Mexico State return home after 2 tough losses on the road to FIU and Missouri State. I think they bounce back here. I think it's a good spot for them. Give me New Mexico State -3. Don't mind the over 155, Danny. I do think that New Mexico is going to be able to put up a lot of points. And as you see with the Western Kentucky teams, they really like to put up points as well. I know they were in kind of that defensive slugfest with La Tech on Sunday. Don't necessarily see that. I see more of a higher scoring game, maybe played in the high 70s, low 80s. So definitely could see that over 155.5 hitting as well. Now we've got Middle Tennessee.
on. Well, hello.
Booted my ass out.
Whoa, what happened? You timed out?
I just booted me.
Booted you?
Hold on, pulling it back up. Of course, it had to be me, the one that downloaded the damn slides. All right.
I'll just go. Hey, let's go. All right. We'll go. We'll do it. We tried it already.
Definitely not the internet connection. I don't know what the fuck happened. My internet's good.
I think you just what yeah.
I must have hit something on the keyboard or something, and maybe it took me back or something. I don't know.
We were talking about Middle Tennessee State and UTEP, so
I got excited.
You got the Miners, which maybe someone's stealing your data. The Miners are stealing your data, and then you got Blue Raiders, though, that maybe are hacking into you. Some Raiders hacking in a little bit. So
yeah, I agree with Danny. The system fails in discussing UTEP. I think that's more like it. Take a pick. I'd rather take a pickaxe to my head than talk about UTEP basketball.
Yeah, no kidding. I love this team last year, but yeah, they're horrible this year. The laying points are tough on the road for Middle Tennessee. I'll lay it for Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. This is UTEP's first conference home game. Not sure what to really expect with them. They still turn people over quite a bit. Middle Tennessee, they're okay with taking care of the basketball. I'll lay it here with Middle Tennessee State, but I don't know about laying it on the road with them. We'll see if I end up betting this. I probably will. It's more of just a fade of UTEP versus backing Middle Tennessee State on the road, because I do think that Middle Tennessee is a lot better than UTEP. But we'll see if I end up betting it. But I'd be on the Middle Tennessee State side for sure.
Yeah. Idaho's laying 4.5 against Montana. Over unders 151.5 here.
I'm seeing 3.5 now.
Yeah, it's down to 3.5. People look like Montana.
Some 4, some 4.5. So kind of trending downwards.
I don't blame them, man. I mean, Idaho looks so bad against Eastern Washington. They snuck by, but now we get Montana catching points. Historically, this definitely is an absolute auto lock, but we did love some Idaho. I know we loved Idaho early in the season here. I got to check something for this over. I'm looking at this over right now. I feel like it's a little bit low on the books. I know Idaho has a slower pace, but they're pretty efficient scoring-wise. They like to shoot the three, but Montana defends the three well. So that is a little worrisome. But Montana's defense, man, they're not the best. They can defend the three well, probably because they're just constantly catching up to everyone on offense. So I think Idaho needs to kind of change up their tune a little bit, kind of go up against the grain and kind of push the pace here a little bit. I like this over 151.5 here. If I had to pick a side, it'd be Montana, but I do think they'll be able to score here. I love this Idaho team. I was too high on them to fade them at home. So we'll just go with the points and root for points here. I think both teams are capable of scoring, and I think we're going to see more possessions even with Idaho's pace of play here just due to Montana's defense.
Yeah, I'll ride that with you too. I was kind of conflicted in terms of this. These are kind of both of my teams here in the Big Sky. I like Montana. Hard to fade them. I do think this is going to be a real close competitive game. So I think, also another factor that could possibly send this over is the foul game kind of down the stretch at the end. So I'll tell you here on the Montana, Idaho over 151.5. That'll be a bet for me. Now we turn towards UC Davis, heading into UC Santa Barbara. We've got UC Davis coming off of the tough home loss to Cal State Bakersfield. UC Santa Barbara is off of 2 straight losses on the road against Fullerton by 11 and CSUN by 9. You've got UC Davis now heading into the Thunderdome here in Santa Barbara. Both teams, looks like UC Davis 1-2 in conference. Santa Barbara 2-2 in conference to kind of start. They have gotten it done both times at home, 2-0 so far at home. But this will be definitely a step up in competition at home. Should be a really good game. I'm looking forward to this game. I think I'll go ahead and end up taking Santa Barbara here at home minus the 3.5. I like the fact that Santa Barbara can force some turnovers. UC Davis is a little turnover prone. We get them on the road. I think UC SB handles business at home. They also shoot almost 80%, 79.9% from the free throw line. So don't mind laying a minus 3.5 because if they are up by 2, 3, something like that, I think the foul game sends this over. So lay it with the Gauchos here.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the home team here with you. I think this is a solid, one of the solid home spots. This UCSB team has been such a letdown, man. I was super excited for them and a chance that they can get Big East play, but it's a long season and there's a lot of time left, a lot of conference ahead, and I think their home court advantage can get it done for them and kind of just fade them on the road. So yeah. I love this Davis team, though, but where they struggle is defense. Like you said, I think you capped it great. Give me UCSB with you. Oh, Bakersfield laying 2.5 against UC Riverside. Over/unders 152.5. This game is stinky good. We are in the Big West, so I got to appreciate the Big West, but man, I mean, these teams have kind of been auto-fade, especially Riverside, kind of depleted program a little bit. I will take Cal State Bakersfield minus 2.5 at home. I think they can get it done against Riverside, who's just has really not given anything or worth a shit. But Riverside maybe a tad better, so no bet for me.
Yeah, I'll take Bakersfield as well. Home court, typically I like backing Cal State Bakersfield at home. They got the win outright against Idaho. UC Irvine, that was only a 4-point game. That was their only home conference game so far. I think they can get it done here against Riverside. They've definitely taken a step back since Magpio left and in under first year with Gus Argenal there at the helm. I'll roll with Bakersfield minus the 2.5. See how I'm gonna get down with some of these Big West games before betting it. But fringe possibility for a bet. I think they do win. Talk about disappointing.
I gotta go. I can't talk about this game. I'm out.
Slowly 101.
No. It's New Year's resolution, man.
Sure.
I don't know I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Pepperdine coming in 0-4 in conference play, 5-12 overall. Have lost 4 in a row, as those were the 4 conference games they've played. San Diego, on the other hand, started out with a good win at home against Pacific, hung tight and competitive with Gonzaga in their second game, but since has dropped their 2 away games against San Francisco and Santa Clara. So 1-3 in conference. You got San Diego laying the 4.5. And which wave are we riding here? Are we riding Pepperdine or San Diego?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean Pepperdine. It feels like it's a cool campus. I'll say. Something about it is interesting. But San Diego's awesome. I mean, it wasn't so damn expensive. I would live there for sure. San Diego's a cool place. Pepperdine covered on the road already. Believe just one time. Did they cover against Santa Clara? Don't think so. Maybe, but they know they covered against Pacific. San Diego coming back home, and they've been good at home. I mean, they got a good win against Pacific and Jenny Craig. It's some soft spots for me. I got a soft spot for Pepperdine. Definitely got a love for Pepperdine, and then I got some Steve Lavin soft spot as well, and I think he's done a great job with this roster this season. Get a good amount of turnovers. Like I said, they're feisty at home. Enjoyed watching them. Is this on TV or is this ESPN Plus?
This is ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus. Yeah, it's not late enough to be on like a random game, but on the shorter spread here, I'm going to go with Pepperdine because they do a good job of not fouling. Not saying that they get to the line at all as a massive advantage, but they don't really foul much. I think it could be a possible advantage for Pepperdine, and but they go on so many freaking scoring droughts. But how can you not like Styles Phipps? I mean, Styles Phipps sounds like Miles Finch from Elf a little bit. He's 6'2" as well. I mean, that's small. It's taller than me for sure. That's taller than me. But come on, Styles Phipps. You got to go into San Diego and get it done. Malibu versus San Diego. I think Lavin's really found out this roster, though, but Pepperdine's going to catch points. They cover. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I'll lay it with San Diego minus the 4.5. I think they, like you said, they're very good at home. That being shown with their win against Pacific at home, and then also being in a tight, competitive, close battle against Gonzaga, only lost by 6. I think the difference here, both teams are really good from the free throw line. So I see down the stretch, I think San Diego can kind of send this over the 4.5 number. But San Diego, like you said earlier, forced a lot of turnovers. Pepperdine, one of the worst teams at turning the ball over. So I think San Diego at home, being able to force turnovers against Pepperdine, create runouts, easy buckets in transition, will be able to get San Diego this win and the cover. So I'll go ahead and back San Diego minus the 4.5.
All right. I'm not betting Pepperdine, by the way, just because I got respect for them. When I bet Zoe when I bet Pepperdine, I screw them over. So knife to a gunfight tomorrow on that, Elliot, which means no bet for me, bet for you. Best of luck. Lose some weight, and we're gonna lose some weight at Jenny Craig Pavilion. Get on their Jenny Craig diet. I got a bad beer gut. I'll tell you this, really bad beer gut from the holidays. I was boozing, so I got respect for Jenny Craig Pavilion. Maybe that's going to be our new love, Elliot. Some Steve Lavin and Jenny Craig Pavilion. Maybe that's going to be our darling out west this season. I don't know. I always have a soft spot for Pepperdine, so no bet. All right, I'm rambling. But anyway, Cal Baptist laying 8.5 against Utah Tech. Over/unders 142.5. Elliot, it's Cal Baptist, right? At home. Just feels like it's a lot of points, but Utah Tech's pretty bad, I'll say. Cal Baptist has lost 3 straight. Now they're back at home. I was excited for this Cal Baptist team heading into conference play, but they really stumbled. But they've been on the road, and they've played probably the upper competition in conference. So I will lay it's up to 9.5. I'll lay the 9.5 with Cal Baptist at home against Utah Tech. Tech off of 2 wins. I think they could struggle here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I will lay the 9.5 with Cal Baptist. I will bet this. Utah Tech also, they went on the road, beat Abilene Christian on Thursday. Have had a week off, so kind of feeling good about themselves. Have opened up conference play 2-0 there in the WAC. Whereas, like you said, Cal Baptist is 0-3. I think they're the far better team defensively. They're going to be able to lock down Dixie State. Give me Cal Baptist. They roll and win this by double digits at home.
Yeah, I have a question going back to this Jenny Craig Pavilion. Is she real? Is Jenny Craig a real person, or is this a brand? Or I need to do some research on that. But yes, I know it's diet plan food and shit like that. But I guess she's probably real, right? Or is it just a brand?
The weight loss entrepreneur Jenny Craig, her husband Sidney Craig. They made a $10 million donation that was completed in 2000.
They're not eating. I mean, I don't. Does those food exist still?
The venue is also known as the Slim Jim.
If it's not a Hungry Man XL, then I'm not talking about it. Then for Frozen Mood, give me a Hungry Man XL. The Jenny Craig. All right, let's go. All right, yes, we got some love for Jenny Craig Pavilion and Jenny Craig's Rob Lowe's Atkins plan shit.
Genevieve Marie Craig, born Berwick, Louisiana.
All right, Louisiana. So she probably has some. She might have a bet on Monroe and Louisiana then potentially.
They created their weight management company in Australia. However, they began offering similar programs in the United States in 1985. Nestle Nutrition actually bought their company in 2006 for $600 million.
Versatile. This is the Pump Fake Pod. We talk about. We find it. Pepperdine. Elliot. We got Zoe 101 versus weight loss plan meals. Let's go.
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim versus Zoe 101. All right. This is a fun one. Couple darlings out in the West Coast Conference. Pacific laying 2.5 on the road against Portland. Portland's been really fun though, man. I know they lost 5 in a row, but they played again the upper competition: Santa Clara, St. Mary's, San Francisco. Now we get Pacific laying points on the road. I love this Pacific team. Watching them is really fun. I feel like they're well coached. They run really good sets. I like the plays that they run. They feel like they're kind of like a well-oiled machine, just a tad bit. And Portland's defense is awful, but offensively, Portland can pick it up. They're not like the run and gun, like 3-point shooting team that we know. They kind of like to take it inside a little bit. As much as I love Pacific, I feel like this is a semi spot for Portland. The line is just a tad bit telling. Team lost 6 in a row. Now they're 0-4 in conference play. Oh God, I don't want to fade Pacific though. But this feels like a weird spot with Pacific on the road. Talk me out of it, Elliot. I love this Pacific team.
Yeah, no, I like Pacific, but I'll be on Portland here. I think the line's a little telling. It's a little short. Take Portland plus 2.5. I think they can get this done on the money line as well. Pacific, they've been good, won their 2 games at home, but also lost their 2 games on the road, including the game against San Diego. I think Portland can get up here. They'll be the more desperate team at 0-4 in conference play, looking to get a win, hungry to get a win. I think Portland maybe wins these next 2 against Pacific and Oregon State. So I'll ride the Pilots here, and I'll bet it.
All right, let's go Pilots. UC San Diego's laying 13.5 against Cal State Fullerton. Over under is 168. Fullerton off of an ass kicking to Irvine after their good win against Santa Barbara. UC San Diego lost 2 in a row to start conference play. Now you got Hawaii, or off of a Hawaii win. It feels like a lot of points. I know Cal State Fullerton's off their ass kicking. They may just be horrible on the road, which is my only thing of maybe staying off and UC San Diego playing just somewhat feisty. But for me, it's a lot of points. I think Cal State Fullerton can certainly bounce back off of their shellacking against Irvine. You know, did they get a little beat up a little bit? Absolutely. They couldn't score at all. And then they're going to get UC San Diego, who defensively has really picked it up compared to last year. And Fullerton's going to be a problem. I mean, the real money may be in looking into UC San Diego's team total over, or maybe just an over potentially. You know, I think maybe San Diego takes it off a little bit. 90.5 is what it's sitting at. Cal State Fullerton's defense is just putrid. They just scored 83. San Diego did. They haven't scored 90 plus since Tulane on a neutral on December 13th. So they haven't really scored in the 90s under this Clint Allard team. But yeah, that's probably, you know, I side with the full game over 168.5. But I don't think I'm going to bet it just because a little worried about Cal State Fullerton offensively.
Yeah, I'll take UC San Diego minus the 13.5. No bet for me at this big number, but I'll trust the Tritons at home to get it done, score a lot of points. Don't really trust Fullerton at all to be on that side. So UCSD minus 13.5, no bet for me.
All right. CSUN laying 6.5 against Cal Poly. Over under is 173.5. Northridge offensively, I mean, look at this massive number here. I like this CSUN team, man. They, you know, I think they're fun, they're feisty, and Cal Poly, man. You know what I say about them. A little bit of LA Fitness for sure on Poly's end. Now you go up to Northridge. Both teams, one of the fastest in the country. You know, Northridge's defense isn't really great. I mean, obviously that's why I think we're seeing this number in the 170s. I think definitely, you know, we're going to see a higher number, but it's just so high. And Northridge is due for scoring a big one after winning 74-65 against Santa Barbara after scoring in the 80s and 100s. So I'm looking at CSUN's team total. It's going to be pretty high. It's going to be probably just around 89.5 on Hard Rock. I will take that. I think they get it done here. And Cal Poly, who's really kept and played some slow-paced games, even against Long Beach State and UC San Diego. So it hasn't been automatic, that's for damn sure. But I think just with the style of play, and the pace and how bad Poly's defense is, it's kind of due for Northridge to get up and have a high-scoring game. So yeah, give me CSUN's team total over.
Yeah, I'll take CSUN minus the 6.5. Probably will end up betting this one. I'm gonna wait to bet it right now. Might just parlay it. I think they get it done on the money line, so it could be a little money line parlay piece. Just at this number of 6.5. Wouldn't mind the over full game either. Both teams play at pace, put up a lot of points, but CSUN minus 6.5 for me. More so, probably gonna bet it by taking it as a money line parlay piece.
Yeah, I like that. Irvine laying 10.5 against Long Beach. Over under is 142.5. Yeah, I mean, Irvine just shellacked, like we talked about, Cal State Fullerton. Shout out Con Man. Thanks for the donation. Let's go. Love these long streams. Always watch the replay during my overnight shifts. Bring us home with these West Coast game, guys. Yes, Big West. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, man. We really appreciate you tuning in and checking out the replay. You guys that do that, thank you. And I think the slides really help. I mean, I'll be honest with our job, we don't have time for timestamps. Not quite yet. We'll get there, but we're all pretty busy in the days. But yeah, the slides certainly help where you can, even on the replays, catch just going to certain games if you want to. And appreciate you tuning in for all the replays and tuning in live and the donation. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a good amount of points. I think Irvine's going to be just around that number. You know, they just held Fullerton to 64. But now they're heading back home. They're probably due for one. They just lost to Belmont at home December 19th. They're probably due for one. I'll lay it with Irvine here. 2 for 1 at home, that is, even though they just won.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to lay it here with Irvine minus the 10.5. I just think that, they're the far better team here at the Big West. They've covered this number, both of their home games so far in Big West play. So I'll look to back them until they prove me wrong, but I'll continue to back them. Good defensive team. Like you said, the last time out at home, they lost to Belmont outright, got absolutely blown out. So, they're going to definitely remember that, play with some pride here. I think they're going to come out and take care of business on the defensive end. Offensively, Irvine's not that great. However, Long Beach's defense is absolutely terrible, maybe even worse than Irvine's offense. So I think they'll be able to take advantage of that at home, be able to put up a lot of points against the Long Beach team and be competitive, feisty on defense. And I think we see Irvine run away with it here. Irvine wins by 12 to 15 points.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Oregon State catching 4.5 against Seattle. Over unders 138.5. What do we got here? Oregon State. They just are off a loss, right? 2 losses in a row on the road. I know they looked bad, and I watched that Pacific game. That was pretty brutal. As much as I could of it, Pacific really poured it on. But Seattle kind of tuned up a little bit. 3rd road stretch in a row, not too far, but played Gonzaga and St. Mary's. Played Gonzaga tough, kind of choked one at the end there. Seattle's going to bounce back. I mean, Oregon State's desperate, but for me, Oregon State is just not a great team. I respect Tinkle. I've been on this Oregon State team and found good spots, but I also found a bad one recently. I'll take Oregon State plus the point. Or I'll take Seattle minus 4.5, but no bet. 2 losses in a row. I think both these teams are going to play kind of desperate here, and I don't know. I think Seattle will win, but this could come down to 1 possession, in my opinion. But not confident in this one, so no bet.
Yeah, I'll take Oregon State plus the 4.5. I will bet this at home as a home dog. I think they'll be able to get up here. Seattle off of 2 hard-fought games against Gonzaga and St. Mary's, where they probably have gotten a little bit beat up defensively. So I think 3rd straight road game here. You get Oregon State, the home team, as the dog, fresh off of 2 losses on the road. They lost by double digits. I think Tinkle gets them up here. They play with some pride at home. This is close. Maybe Seattle wins, but I don't see them winning by more than 5. So, yeah, give me Oregon State plus the 4.5 will be a bet for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we're staying in Oregon, right? Oregon laying 2.5 against Ohio State. over under is 153.5. Oregon off of a loss. Now they're traveling back all the way from out east and Rutgers. And now we got Ohio State. I hate both these teams. I just don't know about this Oregon team. But for me, I think it's an Oregon spot. Caesars got a decent money line price. I will take Oregon money line on their minus 140 and minus 145. I think Oregon gets it done, bounces back against Rutgers after their loss to Rutgers. You know my opinion on Ohio State. I'm out on them, been out on them. And I know that they can score, and they definitely certainly can trap. They've been able to go on the road and score as well. But in my opinion, they've done well against the lower Big Ten teams. I'm not saying Oregon's up there, but they're well coached. They got guys that can play and are capable of scoring with Ohio State. So come on, Oregon, you got to get it done at home. Give me Oregon money line. Bet. Yep. Battling.
No, I'm going to be on Oregon. I'm seeing 3.5. Still see some 2.5s out there, so I'll take Oregon minus the 2.5. I think they'll be able to get it done here at home. Ohio State traveling off of losing that home game to Nebraska, where they kind of played max effort game. Oregon, on the other hand, lost that tough, hard-fought game to Rutgers in overtime, so that's a little concerning. But I think back at home, Oregon will be able to get it figured out, and I look to do that. The one thing I will say is Shellstad didn't play again, so against Rutgers he didn't play, so that's maybe something to look at. Maybe I'll wait to bet it to see the status of him, because I don't really like Oregon without Shellstad. They really struggled without him. So maybe it'll look at depending on the injury news there, and depending on if he's in or not, I might end up betting on Oregon minus the 2.5.
Loyola Marymount laying a point against San Francisco. Over unders 141.5 here. I love San Francisco. I'm really happy about them. I think they're a solid team, but they're a solid team for one half, in my opinion. You don't know kind of what San Francisco you're going to get. They've been super hot though, kind of recently. A good start to conference play, but on the road they laid an egg against Oregon State. I think they're very capable of doing that against a Loyola team that's solid at home. They play good defense, especially kind of like to really slow you down. And San Francisco is not going to run super fast tempo. So battle of good defenses. San Francisco definitely has the edge on offense, but Loyola's got the home court advantage somewhat. But they definitely got the sight lines down and just the feel of it all. So I think Loyola kind of maybe steals one and disrupts a good San Francisco team on the weird line here. San Francisco, like I said, they've won 5 of their last 6 games, but on the road, like they struggled against Oregon State. I think now they're going to get up against Loyola Marymount, who's a better defensive team, and on the road. I think they drop this one and then go into Pepperdine, into Malibu, and drink some Blicks and drive some Jet X's around Zoe 101. So yeah, give me Loyola though to get this one at home. Money line.
Yeah, I'll be on Loyola Marymount money line as well. I think they're able to get it done at home. Last time out at home, they've been very competitive against St. Mary's. I know they lost that game, only lost it by 5 though. Don't really want to lay the 1.5 just because they are terrible from the free throw line, shoot it at a 63% clip. So I'll just take the money line, avoid any type of getting hooked with Loyola only winning by 1. So yeah, let's ride the Lions here. On the money line.
All right. And is this the final game of the night, or
This is the final game that we have on slides. There's two that are not slides weren't created for two of them. So I'll just shout those games out real quick.
Eastern Washington and Montana State was one.
Yeah, Tennessee Tech, Eastern Illinois is the other. And then it's covered. So.
Tennessee Tech, no bets. And then that's all I need to know. And then that Montana State line is actually really interesting, -2.5 on the road at Eastern Washington, man. Montana State's won 4 in a row. Eastern Washington maybe playing a little desperate at home, but 2-12, only catching 2.5, 3.5. Stinky. Check the picks page. Montana State. For this one though, last game, Gonzaga laying or Elliot. You got anything for those two games? I guess.
You can go ahead. I'll tackle them all at once.
All right, Gonzaga -15.5 against Santa Clara. Over/unders 164.5 here. This Gonzaga team is just they're so old and just great. I think Santa Clara, they sometimes can be a kryptonite for sure, but on the road, not really. And Gonzaga has slipped up. They haven't really. They'll win a big game, and then they'll kind of stumble just a tad bit. So they just had their big win. So the pattern is there for them to kind of stumble a little bit. But Santa Clara, I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with some of their capability. I don't think they'll be able to keep up potentially with Gonzaga's physicality. But I think they will be able to score here just fine. Especially they just put up 98 against San Diego. They're more than capable. Gonzaga maybe a little more laxed on defense after just killing Loyola Marymount, to say the least. But I'll take the over in this game. I think Santa Clara could score, but for me on the sides, I don't know. I guess I'll take Santa Clara, but I think this could get away at the end where Gonzaga puts up enough points for the over, but it just kind of gets away where Santa Clara just not saying gives up, but just kind of gasses out at the end against Gonzaga.
Yeah, I'll be on the over as well. I just think this game's kind of played probably in like the 90 something to 70 something, high 70 range, maybe 80, depending on that. So instead of taking kind of this 15.5, which I think is pretty accurate, I could see, Gonzaga winning kind of in that 14 to 17 range. But I do see it being like, maybe like 92 to 77, something like that, which I'll just gladly just take the over. The Eastern Illinois game, I'll be on the money line for Eastern Illinois. I like them at home. Haven't been too impressed with Tennessee Tech. They've lost 4 straight, so I'll kind of fade that back. Eastern Illinois at home. They just lost 2 in a row on the road against SEMO and UT Martin. Tennessee Tech, on the other hand, had dropped 2 straight at home, then went on the road, lost to Little Rock. So I think they're trending kind of downwards. I'll take Eastern Illinois. And then that Montana State line, like you said, it's interesting. I'll probably end up, I'm seeing +3.5 now for Eastern Washington. Maybe wait and see what this line kind of does. But maybe be on Eastern Washington if it grows a little bit more. See this as kind of a close game down the stretch, but I think Montana State can prevail. So we'll kind of wait and see what to do on that one as well.
Yeah, give me Montana State for that. Elliot, do we just take the Gonzaga team total over? Let's just take this 164. fuck it. Even if Gonzaga scores 95 to 100, they'll score. Santa Clara will score 60 points, at least 60-something points.
Yeah, if you get 91 is what it has to hit for Gonzaga. So that would mean that we need at least 74 for the over to hit from Santa Clara, which I think is doable.
But if Gonzaga scores 100,
yeah, no.
yeah, all right. Well, yeah,
over. I'd rather play the full game over than just it being one-sided.
All right. Well, that is our episode here. Elliot, we got to get our rhythm play of the day a little bit back here. What are we doing? 27 and 15. 27 and 15. Yeah, 27 and 15. We've dropped 3 in a row. We got to get it back. But we will. No problem at all here. We've been strong here on the rhythm play of the day. Let's get back in the winning column. What are we doing here on this one? I'm happy with any of those that you sent me.
You pick it.
Oh, you. I'm happy. I'm on all of those that you really. At least I'm on all those sides for the most part. I'm on mostly all those overs. Only on really one of them. So I'm happy with any of them. La Tech or Sam Houston? Let's go La Tech.
Yeah, I was thinking La Tech or the over that Rutgers Illinois game. But yeah, La Tech, I like the side there. I'm on that one already, so we can do that.
Yeah, we could try to break the over curse. We've done 2 overs in a row, so we could try to break it, but
Big Ten overs have been profitable for us there in the
yeah, we were close enough on Wisconsin. We got hooked on Wisconsin UCLA, I believe. Hooked.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have been profitable.
Actually,
really? Let's go La Tech plus 5.5.
All right. You heard it from Huff. La Tech, Louisiana Tech plus 5.5 at home against Liberty. Rhythm play of the day. Shout out Rhythm.
Yep. 2:12 a.m. We were rocking. It's a Thursday episode, 3 hours. So a lot of games, a lot of mid-major games to get through. And then tomorrow will be a easy episode for the Friday games. And then Friday night, big slate. I got an IU game to watch. Got the Peach Bowl to watch. So probably get started 11:15, 11:30 Friday. So bring your beers. We got tons and tons of games Friday night that we'll be chopping up here. Going over 149 games on the slate. A couple of those no bets, we'll just move on. Otherwise, we're going to be there for Elliot and I were talking the other Friday for 4+ hours on less games. So we'll probably definitely hit the 4-hour mark for sure. But we'll fine tune the no bets for sure on the big slate. But we're back. We got to enjoy it. We got to embrace them. Smell the roses. We're here. Even smell the roses during the losses. I've lost 3 out of 4 days in a row. Need to be better, and I will be better, and we'll bounce back. Still up 38 units on the year. I'm down to 38 out of the 40-unit column. So it's been a rough January for me to start, but we're going to correct it. We're going to bounce back. It's going to be a beautiful day. The chat's been rolling. Thanks everyone that donated, and thanks everyone that tuned in for this entire time, and those that watched the replay. We really appreciate you. Elliot, sign us off, my friend.
Yep. Nope. Like you said, we appreciate you. Thanks for always hopping in the chat, giving us the knowledge. You know, we can't do it all on our own. So we look for you guys in the chat to give us some angles, some advice, some stats, facts, all of those things just to kind of help our caps. So it really takes a kind of collective effort as a whole. So we appreciate you all in the chat and look forward to cashing some tickets tomorrow. And we will see you tomorrow night for a short little slate before we ramp up and prepare for the mega show on Friday.
Yes, sir. Peace, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Peace and love.